Even in the celestial realm, immortals have too much free time. They are obsessed with chasing the latest human trends. Everyone is desperate for an iPhone to take divine selfies. However, smartphones are rarer than diamonds in the heavens. Only high-ranking deities can afford them. Our protagonist, 𝒔𝒎𝒏𝒆, owns a tiny, struggling smartphone shop. Even with a 50% discount, he had 0 customers. His girlfriend, 𝒔𝒎𝒏𝒆, finally dumped him for someone richer. In this era, a heart of gold is worthless without actual gold. Money is the only thing that earns respect now. 𝒔𝒎𝒏𝒆 stood in the rain, swearing to get rich in 3 years. If he failed, he dared the heavens to strike him. Suddenly, a massive bolt of lightning blasted him directly. It seems the heavens have no patience for empty promises. Was his life over? Was he destined to die alone and broke? Just as he despaired, a strange voice echoed nearby. Being single is a blessing. Why marry a woman who will just control your life and take your money? 𝒔𝒎𝒏𝒆 turned to see an old man with snowy white hair. He looked like a weird cosplayer in those ancient clothes. The old man introduced himself as the legendary god of thunder. 𝒔𝒎𝒏𝒆 scoffed, thinking the old man was totally insane. If you are a god, then I am a great immortal. Stop trying to scam me, I am just a shopkeeper. Hearing he owned a shop, the old man's eyes sparkled with envy. He begged �𝒎𝒏𝒆 to show him his divine devices. Seeing a potential customer, �𝒎𝒏𝒆 did a total 180-degree flip. He welcomed the old man with open arms. He thought he finally found a rich sucker to scam. �𝒎𝒏𝒆 pulled out the latest, high-end smartphone model to flex. But the god of thunder was insulted, calling it a mere toy. His face turned red with rage as he shouted, "You dare trick me? A real phone looks like this." He pulled out an ancient, clunky brick phone from his robes. �𝒎𝒏𝒆 was speechless. The old man vanished instantly, threatening to return and punish him for the perceived insult. �𝒎𝒏𝒆 panicked. Was that teleportation? Looking at his destroyed stock, his heart ached with devastating pain and regret. He had not even paid his suppliers yet. Suddenly, a mysterious notification popped up on his own smartphone screen. It was the Heavenly Secret Board. The Electric Mother was offering a massive reward for information on 𝒔𝒎𝒏𝒆. She offered 2,000 merit points for any clues. �𝒎𝒏𝒆 realized that the crazy old man was actually a god. The chat group was filled with legends like 𝒔𝒎𝒏𝒆 and the 7 fairies. It felt like a journey to the west. Just for fun, �𝒎𝒏𝒆 decided to join the conversation. He messaged the Electric Mother privately with details about the encounter. When she learned �𝒎𝒏𝒆 owned a phone shop, she was shocked. Only the wealthiest immortals could afford such a business. She promised to ask the Jade Emperor about his damaged goods. For now, she sent him 2,000 merit points. Merit points could be traded for divine artifacts and pills. �𝒎𝒏𝒆 browsed the shop and was stunned by the prices. Ancient, broken phones were selling for hundreds of thousands of points. �𝒎𝒏𝒆 realized his modern stock was worth a fortune. Even a 30% quality phone cost 100,000 points. He was sitting on a mountain of celestial wealth. He quickly bought a pre-celestial pill for 2,000 points. He wanted to see if this was all actually real. Suddenly, a flash of light appeared and a pill materialized. However, it smelled exactly like disgusting pig manure. Despite the stench, just smelling it made his blood boil with power. His body began to undergo a miraculous transformation. This was truly a divine pill. �𝒎𝒏𝒆 began fantasizing about becoming an immortal, surrounded by beautiful celestial goddesses. His daydream was interrupted by the sound of thugs nearby. They were harassing a girl in a dark, lonely alleyway. He remembered a 350 million reward for catching kidnappers. This was his chance to get even richer. He followed them quietly, planning to take photos as evidence. He would call the police and claim the massive prize. He saw a stunning girl being cornered by the criminals. Her beauty was so breathtaking, he felt a surge of courage. He wanted to play the hero, but 4 against 1 was suicide. Then, he recognized the girl's familiar, sweet voice. It was 𝒔𝒎𝒏𝒆, the legendary campus beauty from his college days. 3 years had only made her more divine. He could not let these bastards touch her. �𝒎𝒏𝒆 stepped out from the shadows, ready to make his grand entrance. He waited for the thugs to strike, planning to film the evidence and claim a police bounty. A stunning girl was cornered. Entranced by her beauty, our hero charged in to save her. He feared a brutal beating, but then recognized the voice. It was his former college crush, 𝒔𝒎𝒏𝒆, the legendary campus beauty. 3 years later, she looked more breathtaking than ever. Seeing those lowlifes harass her made his blood boil. He stepped out, striking a cool pose. The punks froze. Was he a hidden master? They began to tremble, fearing for their lives. They apologized and fled. Tinha prepared to lead the goddess away like a true gentleman. Suddenly, a thug spotted a flyer on a pole. It was Tinha's ad for selling phones. "You're just a lying loser," they roared, realizing the trick. They launched a vicious, all-out assault. He was pinned down while Van Thu begged for mercy. The thugs showed no pity at all. The scum then targeted her, intending to humiliate them both. Tinha remembered the divine pill. He swallowed the pre-heaven pill instantly. His body began to transform with a surge of power. Their blows felt like mere tickles. A legendary energy he'd never felt before coursed through him. One punch sent the leader flying into a pole, snapping the metal like a dry toothpick. The remaining thugs wet themselves in terror, begging for mercy. But Tinha wasn't finished yet. "You dared to make me watch that?" He gave them a legendary beatdown before police arrived. Sadly, they weren't the wanted kidnappers. The 350 million reward slipped through his fingers. Van Thu was awestruck by his strength, even asking him to become her personal elite bodyguard. They realized their shared history, but she suddenly covered her nose. Something was horribly wrong. He smelled like a dumpster. Later, his friend sent a photo of his ex-girlfriend cheating. The betrayal stung. His ex was flaunting a new guy, mocking his very existence as a man. He burned with rage, but his friend stopped him. The class reunion was the perfect stage. First, he had to fix the stench. He begged the immortal chat group for a divine solution. The gods mocked him for wasting 2,000 merits on trash. They were utterly baffled. Tang Sanzang explained the smell was just toxic impurities leaving his mortal frame after the pill. The cure was a marrow cleansing pill, costing a staggering 100,000 merit points. Tinha had no merits, but he had something better, modern technology the gods had never seen. He listed a flagship smartphone for 1,000,000 merits, or a direct trade for the pill. The fairy of 100 flowers agreed. Heavenly phones were over 20 years out of date. Since the mortal portal closed, the gods were stuck with ancient tech and were desperate. She doubted a simple pill could buy such a relic. The digital transaction was completed instantly. The trade was seamless. Unlike the previous pill, this one smelled like a heavenly paradise. He consumed it and felt reborn. The next day, the grand class reunion finally arrived. His ex and her new man were busy flaunting their unearned wealth to their classmates. With 350 billion in the bank, they treated everyone like peasants with expensive gifts. The sycophants praised the new director, mocking Tinha's supposed miserable life in front of everyone. But Van Thu stepped forward, defending Tinha against the wave of insults and mockery. Tinha and his friend walked in. He radiated a powerful aura, ready for the showdown. His ex was stunned. In just days, he had transformed into a literal, high-tier heartthrob. He toasted the happy couple with icy eyes, his presence dominating the entire banquet hall. The boyfriend exploded in rage, calling him a penniless loser with no future or status. But the women in the room were already swarming Tinha, captivated by his newfound charm. Consumed by jealousy, the boyfriend ordered a lackey named Quach Dung to teach him a lesson. A bottle smashed against Tinha's head. The room gasped as the tension reached its peak. Tinha didn't flinch. He delivered a devastating punch, shattering the thug's face and pride. Suddenly, Wang Wei lunges forward with a sharp slap. "We are over. Never bother me again." Xinghe doesn't hesitate. He slaps her right back. "You aren't worth it. Don't dirty my hands." Back home, his wounds vanish instantly. This divine pill's healing power is truly legendary. Amidst the hot steam, a bone-chilling cold strikes. A female ghost has invaded his bathroom. Jing screams and retreats, then threatens her with his app. "I have connections with gods." A shadowy figure creeps closer. "Can you see me?" she whispers before pinning him down. Is this female ghost a total pervert? It turns out she was lured by the intoxicating scent of his bone-cleansing pill. His ability to see spirits? Purely a side effect of that divine medicine. But being licked by a ghost is too much. Xinghe desperately calls Fairy Baihua, but she is busy scrolling on TikTok and ignores his messages. Instead, she sends a trendy dance video. "What the heck?" he mutters. But then he sees her stunning face. She is gorgeous, far outshining even Wan Chu. Shaking it off, he begs her for a way to banish evil spirits. The fairy mentions that Master Zhang just crafted a spirit-sealing mirror. "It will be perfect for you," she explains with a smile, but that old man is stingy. Without family ties or massive merit points, you cannot buy it. Your only hope is the great sage son, Wukong. He can borrow anything for a price. Xinghe then asks her for the secret formula of the bone-cleansing pill. He wants to craft it without yellow spring grass to stop attracting these thirsty, lingering spirits. However, removing that herb weakens the medicine's potency. The fairy offers a deal. She provides the ingredients, but there is a catch. She wants a commission. For every smartphone he sells in the future, she takes a cut of his precious merit points. Exactly 1 point per sale. Xinghe agrees instantly. It is a total steal. Next, he DMs the Great Sage for a heist mission. Snatch the mirror from Master Zhang, and a brand new high-end smartphone is yours. Xinghe promises the legendary Monkey King. Wukong strikes gold. He thought it was a scam. A new phone? This kid is a total tycoon, the sage exclaims happily. The deal is sealed. Meanwhile, the fairy sends enough ingredients for 10 batches of the legendary, skin-enhancing medicine. With 10 pills, he can save 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒐𝒂𝒍𝒔 company and make a fortune. 2 hours later, a notification pings on his screen. The Great Sage delivered. That was fast. Xinghe keeps his word and sends the monkey a shining, brand new smartphone in return. The screen glows. Spirit mirror technique available. He taps it and screams. An electric shock surges through his entire body, collapsing him instantly. His soul awakens in a void filled with cryptic runes. Desperate, he clicks a random symbol and wakes up. System notification. Level 1, cultivation complete. Now. That female ghost trembles and flees the moment she sees him. Victory! The next day, at 𝒂𝒎𝒏𝒆 company, a greedy scumbag named Zhang Xiaojun is trying to seize the business. For pennies, the CEO is backed into a corner, ready to give up. Suddenly, the secretary bursts in with urgent news. Manager 𝒂𝒎𝒏 is here with something important. Before anyone can react, 𝒂𝒎𝒏 and Xing march into the office. Director Ha, meet Mr. Li Xinghe. He has a revolutionary skincare product that can save our entire company from ruin. Xiaojun scoffs loudly. Recognizing Xinghe, he sneers. Isn't this the local loser from the university district? What a joke. You are that phone repair kid whose shop is failing, right? If you are here to beg for scraps, I might. Throw some pocket change your way as a classmate. Xing does not even blink. He ignores the trash and presents his divine formula obtained from an immortal client. Director, look at this. You won't be disappointed. The villain laughs mockingly. So Ysland Pharma relies on a phone salesman now? No wonder you are going bankrupt. He mocks them with absolute arrogance. After being kicked out, Xing visits other firms, but they are all idiots. They cannot recognize a miracle when they see it. Country bumpkin, they yell. Just then, a video call from Fairy Bai-Hua lights up his phone screen once again. Turns out the 7 fairies saw her new gadget and are dying to get their own. The hype in the immortal realm is real. Don't forget my commission, she winks. Seeing her radiant beauty, Xinghe gets a massive nosebleed. She is a true goddess. Suddenly, an old man collapses on the street. Xinghe senses a dark, spectral aura clinging to the poor man's fragile body and rushes to help. Onlookers think it is a scam, so Xinghe records the scene as proof of his innocent intentions. Sir, have you felt an unnatural chill lately? Xinghe asks. Or perhaps mysterious voices whispering in the dead of night. Is your family haunted by constant misfortune that no one can explain? The old man's eyes widen in absolute terror. How do you know? My son's company is falling apart, and strange things keep happening, he stammers, shaken to the core. We hired feng shui masters, but they found nothing. If you can fix this, name your price. The old man pleads desperately. Xinghe puts on his cool face. Money is secondary. Let's see if I can solve the root of the problem first. They head to the mansion. To Xinghe's surprise, the old man's son is none other than Director Ha from the pharmacy. After hearing his father's story, the director realizes Xing is not just a salesman, he might be their last hope. Xinghe patrols the house. Sensing a foul presence, he forms a mudra. Heavenly spirit law. Reveal the hidden demon. Suddenly, a dark shadow lunges, possessing the old man. His face twists into a horrifying, demonic mask of pure hatred. Miserable brat! How dare you interfere, the demon roars. Director Ha tries to intervene, but is swiped away like a rag doll. Tin Ha demands the truth. The ghost points her finger. It was that director. A tragic hit-and-run victim. 6 months of hidden pain. She was 𝒂𝒏𝒆. He crushed her and fled. Dirty money silenced the law. Her soul cannot find rest. Director Ha makes excuses. She ran a red light. He thinks cash fixes murder. The evil spirit screams, your whole family will burn. Rage beyond the grave. Resentful aura explodes. No one is safe now. The darkness is overwhelming. Divine mirror, soul-locking. Tin Ha strikes with power. The spiritual chains bind her. The nightmare finally ends. The director begs for mercy. He vows to make amends. Rituals, charity, and atonement. The ghost finds her peace, but Tin Ha is waiting. Where is my money? Empty promises and zero cash. Was he scammed by Immortal? Chaos at the phone shop. Ghostly screams fill the air. Customers run for their lives. A harem of jealous spirits? MC realizes his fatal error. Female ghosts are high maintenance. Master, she's bullying me. You must take responsibility. MC's head is spinning. Am I the main wife? Domestic ghost drama peaks. Tin Ha hits his limit. Everyone, shut the hell up. His cultivation level is low. The seal is breaking. He seeks the Immortals' help. Trading tech for secret arts. How to cage a spirit. Master Zhang wants a phone. A divine trade is made. The 5-tone soul array. Forbidden seals are cast. The ghost girls are trapped. Order is finally restored. Silence has never been sweeter. The formation works perfectly. Finally, a peaceful sleep. Director Ha returns at dawn. He comes bearing deep gratitude. But he wants a favor. A cosmetics business proposal? Tin Ha plays hard to get. I only sell phones. Go find another expert. The director bows an apology. He needs the miracle cure. Dignity is great, but cash is king. The contract is finally signed. Off to Yslan headquarters. Enter the arrogant rival, Zhang. This kid is a total fraud. He blocks the project. $1 million wager is set. If this works, I pay up. High stakes, higher ego. But if you fail, kneel. Leave this city forever. Tin Ha accepts the challenge. An immortal grade recipe? He can't lose to a dog. Let's raise the stakes. The loser runs naked outside. Zhang Quan sneers in agreement. He has no idea. 4 hours of divine brewing, a fragrance unlike any other. The medicine is ready. Mix with warm water. Witness the 3-minute miracle. Time to prove them wrong. The secretary offers to test. No, you're too pretty already. The change must be drastic. The elderly cleaner steps up. A true test of the gods. Everyone watches in silence. Grandma Cook drinks the elixir. Heavenly scent fills the room. The reaction begins. Zhang Quan starts to sweat. Could this powder be real? His reputation is trembling. A sudden scream of pain. Panic erupts in the office. Is she dying? But a young goddess emerges. A total swan transformation. Beauty beyond mortal limits. Everyone is frozen in shock. Is that really Grandma Cook? The product is legendary. The company is saved. Zhang Quan tastes bitter defeat. $1 million transferred. The naked run begins. Chased by the local police. The ultimate public humiliation. Tin Ha checks his balance. I'm officially a mogul now. No more retail life. Global profits are coming. 50% for the master. Wealth beyond his dreams. The heavens call again. Flower Fairy wants the tech. The Immortals are addicted. 7 more phones sold. Millions in merit points earned. He is the celestial tycoon. A viral TikTok marketing plan. Using a goddess's face. The ultimate brand ambassador. The world isn't ready. Modern tech, immortal magic. The invincible rise continues. Thuan calls Tin Ha for his birthday. Tonight, we hit Blues Bar. He needs his bro to help entertain the ladies. But our main character is wealthy now. He drags his friend to the city's most elite club for a real party. The atmosphere is electric as the girls go wild. Meanwhile, his best friend is staring in total shock. A single small bottle costs over $2 million. And that is just the entry-level price. Some cost $200 million. The guys at the next table start mocking them. If you are broke, do not act like a big shot in front of beauties. Even the girls begin to complain. Why invite us if you can't pay? Did you expect us to pay for you? The arrogant neighbor swoops in to steal the girls. He boasts about owning luxury cosmetic stores in Annam. He promises them free products, leaving Thuan speechless and broke. Where is Tin Ha? Why isn't he here yet? Suddenly, a hand grips his shoulder from behind. Tin Ha has finally arrived like a savior from the heavens. Meanwhile, the girls Thuan invited are already cozying up to those bastards. It is a total betrayal. The announcer declares Table 66 won the auction for the Satula Fute Rose. The most expensive wine of the night. The girls freeze in shock. Table 66 belongs to Tin Ha. But their seats are already taken by someone else. A stunning new girl sits in their place. Suddenly, an ex-girlfriend rushes in and slaps her. How dare you touch my man? Tin Ha watches the drama with a cold smirk. I invited these beauties. If you? The tension shifts. Sit down, he teases. If there's no room, my lap is always free. She whimpers like a pup, begging for forgiveness. Soon after, local thugs surround his table. You dared cross Director Tran? They growl. You must have a death wish, kid. They charge like mindless ants, but Jinghe is faster. He sends them flying instantly. The losers try calling the police. Before they can speak, he shatters their pride and jaws. Officer Truong arrives, exhausted by the chaos. But Xinghe senses a dark, cursed aura on him. A thug calls Director Ha for backup. Hearing Xinghe's name, the director's heart nearly stops. "You're fired," Ha screams. Moments later, a stunning blonde heiress approaches our main character. Meet Duong Tuthi. She's looking for a ghost hunter, and he's the top candidate. Xinghe admires her curves. Whether it's ghosts or beauties, I'm an expert at catching both. She's from the elite Duong group. It seems Director Ha's father leaked his secret identity. Her grandfather is dying from a mysterious illness. Save him, and name your price. She thinks money solves everything. Luckily for her, our hero is currently desperate for cash. A $10 million deposit, another $10 million later, the sheer wealth almost crushes him. For the heiress, it's just shopping money. For Xinghe, it's a mountain of golden treasure, but talk is cheap. "Show me your strength," she demands, testing his legendary powers. Skeptical of his shabby look, she mocked the master. He smirked. "Don't regret this later, princess." He summoned a vengeful spirit to swirl around her. A bone-chilling cold gripped her soul instantly. "Just the AC?" she scoffed. Tinha activated the first level of his spiritual mirror instead. Her heaven's eye opened. Seeing the hideous demons beside her, she shrieked in pure terror. She collapsed instantly. Upon waking, 10 million was wired to his account as a terrified apology. Our broke protagonist was stunned by the riches. Meanwhile, at the Tang estate, schemes were unfolding. Her father and uncle were hosting a master to save their dying patriarch through mystical arts. Master Dao arrived from Hong Kong. The uncle bragged about the heavy cost of his fake piety. "Money is no object for family," he cried. But behind the facade, a sinister scam was brewing. The master was a total fraud. One look at a sexy girl and his nose bled instantly. Using a fake demon and a cheap talisman, he staged a grand, deceptive exorcism performance for them. "The demon is captured," he lied. "Now, let a normal doctor handle the rest of his recovery." Just then, Xiaothi arrived with Tinha. Her father frowned. "Who is this commoner boy? My new boyfriend?" "No, he's a true expert," she declared. Tinha's eyes pierced through the fraud. "A cheap trick for millions?" Tinha mocked. The fake master's face turned pale under his gaze. The crowd erupts in chaos. Was this legendary Master Dao just a fraud hired to put on a show? "Don't let this wet behind the ears brat deceive you," Dao screams, ordering his men to seize the young Li Xing. But Jinghe is faster. With a flick of his wrist, he activates the spirit-seeking mirror to expose the lie. The terrifying demon vanishes, revealing nothing but a tiny puppy. It was a pathetic, low-level illusion all along. "Stop playing God," Xinghe mocks. The fake master is stunned as his amateur trickery is shattered instantly. Dao blusters about his many awards, but he's nothing compared to the aura radiating from our main character. The girls don't care about titles. They're mesmerized by Xinghe's godly looks. Meanwhile, Old Man Tang's life flickers out. As the patriarch reaches his limit, his greedy descendants are already sharpening their claws for the family fortune. "Shut your mouths," Tang's eldest son roars, disgusted by his siblings' obsession with gold over their father's life. "Have you no shame? Dividing the inheritance while he's still breathing? You aren't worthy of his name." The second brother sneers. The hospital said he's finished. "This ritual was just a performance for your sake." He admits the truth. He doesn't care about his father. He only cares about securing his piece of the pie. "If I didn't act, I'd get nothing," he shouts. He's already made a secret deal with the fraud Dao. Dao promised him the entire Hong Kong empire in exchange for his help. Their greed knows no bounds. Xiaoqi's heart breaks. "Has the dog eaten your consciences? Does no one truly care if Grandpa lives or dies?" "I can save him," Xing declares calmly. "But to do so, he must challenge the very laws of heaven." Suddenly, the atmosphere turns freezing. Two legendary figures appear, the meme-tier black and white guards of the underworld. The hour of death has arrived. The Grim Reapers hover over the bed, ready to reap the old man's soul. The female Reaper whispers, "Brother, can that human see us? Or is he just staring at my beautiful face?" Her brother's reply is a cold splash of reality. "Stop dreaming, little sister. Humans are too stupid to see us." "Stop right there," Xing commands. The two Reapers freeze, their eyes widening in pure, unadulterated shock. The black and white guards point at him, trembling with rage. "Who are you to interfere with the underworld?" The female guard is instantly smitten by Xing's handsome face. "I told you he could see us, brother." She gazes at him with hearts in her eyes, yet senses no celestial energy. He seems like a mortal. Meanwhile, the idiot Dao is still barking, completely oblivious to the two gods of death standing right there. Even if the king of hell came himself, he couldn't stop me, Dao boasts, sealing his own miserable fate. The Reaper's blood boils. This mortal ant dares to insult the king of hell? He needs a lesson. They dive in, raining a flurry of invisible physical blows onto the arrogant fake master's face. Dao is pummeled by invisible fists. Confused and bleeding, he points a shaking finger at our main character. Who hit me? Xing, you bastard. How dare you strike me? He's completely losing his mind from the pain. It wasn't me, Xing deadpans. The black and white guards are the ones beating the soul out of you. Dao laughs hysterically. Liars. If those Reapers are really here, I'll kowtow and call you my grandmaster. Instantly, the Reapers thrash him until his soul nearly shatters, forcing him to his knees in a pathetic kowtow. With the trash dealt with, the three turn back to the bed. Old Man Tang's soul is drifting away. Xing shouts a warning as the white guard manifests her soul-binding chains to drag the old man down. Please cooperate, she chirps playfully. We're in a hurry to finish our shift and head home for today. But Xinghei's voice drops to a freezing, authoritative tone. I said, do not touch that man. Xiaoqi is terrified. Xing, who are you talking to? There's no one there but us and Grandpa. The relatives sneer, convinced it's all a staged act. More fake ghost stories? Stop this nonsense at once. Miss Tang, clear the room. Xinghe orders sternly. No one is allowed inside until I am finished here. He slams the door, locking the greedy vipers out. The family erupts in fury, hammering against the wood. Why should we trust an outsider? They hiss. They turn their venomous tongues toward the poor, weeping Xiaoqi. If he dies now, we have no proof of the will. Are you conspiring with him to steal everything? Their words are like poisoned daggers. Xiaoqi collapses, her heart shattering as she weeps for her broken family. I only wanted to save my grandfather, she sobs. How did my family become so cold and heartless? Duang Tangya orders everyone to obey Master Li's instructions immediately. No one may enter while Li is inside. Li Jingha faces the Reapers. Jingha begs for mercy, but the guards mock the foolish mortal. They warn him not to meddle with the laws of the underworld. Despite his looks, they insist Old Man Duang's soul belongs to them. Seeing the soul lingering, Jingha realizes he must use a clever trick. He argues they cannot strike while the soul remains within the body. The Reapers retort that his destiny is sealed beyond any divine help. They boast they have never failed to claim a destined soul before. Jingha smirks, declaring he will make their first failure a reality. Though acting bold, he frantically searches his mind for a desperate plan. The guards laugh at a mere human trying to defy heavenly fate. They mock his fragile body, claiming one strike would end his life. Jingha uses his brain and checks his phone for celestial guidance. He sends a frantic message to the heavenly chat seeking a miracle. He asks for any way to return a soul to its body. Sun Wukong suggests a heavy blow, but others remain skeptical and cold. Some deities refuse to help, fearing the strict laws of the heavens. Master Taiyi tells him to let the old man's fate proceed naturally. Finally, Celestial Master Zhang offers hope with a secret resurrection pill. Jingha ponders the pill, knowing time is running out for them. He asks where to find this legendary and extremely rare medicine. The master explains it is an ancient remedy no longer refined today. He possesses one last pill brought from the mortal world long ago. Jingha quickly inquires about the cost and cultivation points for it. 500,000 points. A steep price for a desperate hero in need. Jingha fumes at the blatant greed during such a critical moment. With no choice, he reluctantly pays the master's outrageous and bitter price. The pill arrives instantly, leaving the shocked Reapers completely frozen in fear. They recognize the forbidden medicine that can defy the laws of death. They lunge forward to stop him, but Jingha is already moving. With a swift move, he places the pill into the old man's mouth. Jingha smirks as the frustrated Reapers retreat with burning hatred. They vow the underworld will not forget this brazen and bold interference. With a final cold warning, the dark spirits vanish into the shadows. Old Man Duang survives, while Tu Min begs to become a disciple. Jingha struggles to shake off the overly persistent and annoying man. Tu Min acts cute, testing Jingha's patience to the absolute limit. Disgusted by the display, Jingha sends him flying with a kick. Tu Ti joyfully leads her grandfather to thank their brave young savior. The old man greets Master Li with profound gratitude and deep respect. He asks the young hero if he has found a partner yet. Jingha awkwardly admits he is single, making the old man happy. Tu Ti blushes deeply, her heart racing at her grandfather's bold words. Suddenly, a ringing phone breaks the heavy and awkward romantic tension. Suddenly, his phone buzzed. A frantic text from Van Thu, she was trapped in a taxi. Panic surged, Tin-Ha rushed out, leaving everything behind. Sorry. I have an emergency. Qiuthi stepped in. I'll drive you. But Tin-Ha's mind was already miles away. On the road, she grilled him. Who is this girl to you? Tin-Ha didn't hesitate. My business isn't yours, he snapped. Qiuthi fumed, hiding her bruised ego behind excuses. You greedy womanizer. I'm just making sure you don't scam her. Suddenly, a black car roared past. Wait! Tin-Ha's eyes widened. Van Thu was inside that car. Follow them now. The chase was on, but a massive truck appeared out of nowhere, blocking their path. A collision seemed certain. But Qiuthi spun the wheel with pro-level mastery, barely escaping death. Are you sure it was her? She gasped. The car was moving too fast to see. Tin-Ha stood firm. I'm sure. My body's been enhanced by divine pills. My senses are superhuman. Qiuthi's mind wandered to perverted thoughts about his other enhancements. She let go of the wheel. Eyes on the road, Tin-Ha yelled. They finally cornered the black car, but it was empty. Van Thu was gone. Tin-Ha frantically searched the area, his heart pounding in his chest. Qiuthi pointed to a nearby residential block. Maybe they took her inside there? Tin-Ha didn't wait. He stormed in, but Qiuthi felt a chilling aura surrounding the place. He kicked the door open, shouting her name. Qiuthi sighed. Why am I helping this guy? She followed him, clutching his arm in fear. Every shadow felt like a lurking predator. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream. Tin-Ha flashed his light, ready for a lethal strike. Look, she pointed. Scattered clothes littered the floor. This was no ordinary kidnapping. This looked like a human trafficking ring. This is far bigger than just a ransom, he muttered. Thud. A noise behind them. Tin-Ha turned as a gang of thugs emerged from the dark. Their leader sneered with malicious intent. Kill the boy. Keep the girl for ourselves. Qiuthi whispered a plan. They won't kill me yet. I'll distract them. You run for help. Go get my grandfather's men, she urged. But Tin-Ha just smirked, cracking his knuckles. Don't worry, he said with chilling confidence. Soon, they'll be the ones begging for mercy. The thugs charged. A massive goon swung at Tin-Ha's back. Go to hell, kid. But Tin-Ha was a blur. With superhuman speed, he planted a fist into the thug's face. In one fluid motion, he shattered the next guy's jaw. His strength was on a different level. Bam! A double kick sent them flying. Tin-Ha had cleared the room in a single heartbeat, but the nightmare wasn't over. A sinister laugh echoed as a mysterious figure stepped forward. The true mastermind appeared, and this time, he was pointing a gun straight at Tin-Ha. Staring down the barrel, Tin-Ha didn't flinch. Where is the girl from the car? Answer me, the boss laughed. You think you're in a position to demand answers? You're dead, boy. Qiuthi trembled as the cold steel glimmered. Li Tin-Ha, please, don't do anything reckless. Tin-Ha's expression shifted. Hey boss, let's make a deal instead. What do you say? A deal? Tin-Ha smirked. Forget the girl in the car. I've got a better offer for you. He grabbed Qiuthi. Take her instead. Just let me walk away alive. She was horrified. To sell the act, he pushed her forward. Look at her face, her body. She's top tier, right? Tears streamed down her face. Li Tin-Ha, you shameless bastard. How could you? The boss grinned. One girl isn't enough to buy your life, kid. I want more. Tin-Ha leaned in. Then tell me, what's the price of my freedom? I like your style, the boss replied. Join our organization. With your skills, we'll be unstoppable. Tin-Ha's eyes lit up with fake enthusiasm. Join you? That's been my dream all along. Consider my wish granted. He bowed. But his mind was already plotting their total destruction. With a fake grin, Xinghe calls the boss Big Brother. Xiaoxi watches, disgusted by his shameless acting. This cringe performance makes her skin crawl. But the boss laughs, convinced he has found a brilliant new talent. You're a clever one, the boss roars. Suddenly, Xinghe's eyes turn cold as he seizes the man's weapon. Don't be shy, Big Brother, he sneers. Feel what it's like to be on the receiving end. The boss trembles. His hand shakes violently, unable to hold the gun. In a blind panic, he pulls the trigger at point-blank range. The bullet strikes Xinghe's shoulder. Xiaoxi screams in horror as he collapses, blood staining the cold floor. A henchman bursts in, shouting that the police are surrounding the area. The situation has turned into a disaster. The boss snarls in rage, their cover is blown. They abandon everything and flee into the dark, rainy night. What about the girl upstairs? The lackey asks. The boss barks. Leave her. Tell the men to retreat now. Xiaoxi rushes to Xinghe's side, fuming. Did you really intend to trade my life for your own? Xing, he smirks despite the pain. I'm not crazy. Dealing with a spoiled girl like you would kill them anyway. She punches his wound in a fit of pique. You jerk, he cries out, his face pale from the agony. Keep that up, and I'll sell you for real next time, he gasps, struggling to maintain his cheeky attitude. Xiaoxi stares at him, her heart fluttering. Perhaps this man isn't the scoundrel she thought he was after all. Ignoring the pain, Xing he kicks the upstairs door open. He finally finds Wanthu bound in the corner. After freeing her, Wanthu lunges forward, sobbing into his chest. She thought she would never see him again. Li Xinghe. You actually came, she cries. He gently pats her back, whispering that the nightmare is over. Xiaoxi watches them embrace, feeling like a complete outsider. This romantic reunion was making her feel incredibly awkward. The police arrive, and Captain Zhang sighs. You called us, Xinghe? Sadly, the criminals escaped just before we arrived. Xing, he turns serious. Captain, were those the monsters responsible for the recent disappearances? The evidence confirms it, Zhang replies. However, I suspect a much darker force is pulling the strings from behind. But Xinghe isn't listening. He sees a thick, black aura swirling around Zhang, an omen of certain death. The dark energy intensifies. Is the captain's time running out? Meanwhile, Xiaoxi approaches Wanthu with hidden intent. I'm Duong Xiaoxi. You must be Vu Wan Thursday. No wonder he risked his life for such beauty. Wanthu sizes her up, perfect skin and a killer body. She can tell this rich girl wants her man. Li Xinghe. You're a real trouble magnet, Wanthu thinks. But I won't lose my place to her. With a sharp smile, Wanthu replies, You're too kind. My looks are just a burden, really. I barely notice. Natural beauty is such a chore, she adds arrogantly. Xiaoxi's eye twitches at the blatant, high-level provocation. Is she testing me? Xiaoxi wonders. Fine then. She wasn't about to let this schoolgirl win easily. A rival, Wanthu snickered. I envy your natural beauty, dear. Too bad my genes are superior. Without your family's looks, you're nothing, she spat. The atmosphere turned heavy with total drama. Two queens clashing. Neither would back down. Wanthu boasted. Actually, I'm not even that pretty. Just a school beauty queen since kindergarten. She smirked. But Xiaothi wasn't finished with her yet. I envy you, Xiaothi retorted. I can't be a beauty queen because my family owns the school. Wanthu's ego flared. Daily fans and endless flowers are such a burden, don't you think? I don't have that problem, Xiaothi laughed. My bodyguards keep the trash far away from me. Two fierce beauties clash. Legendary rivals fighting over the same mysterious man. Amidst their heated spat, Wanthu suddenly panics. Where did Li Tinha go? Drained of blood and strength. The world spun until he collapsed in silence. With his final breath, he begged for help before drifting into unconsciousness. The bullet is out. The Bureau has ordered total secrecy regarding his wounds. Awakening in the ward, Tinha immediately asks about the two mysterious ladies. They left early for business, choosing not to disturb his much-needed recovery. Rest for 3 days. The nurse warns him not to push his luck. Alone at last, Tinha sighs in relief, checking his body's hidden condition. Healed overnight? Lab rat danger. Playing sick. Divine call. Fairy calling. Merit point trade. 7 goddesses? Coming soon. Delivery needed. Call brother. 7 phones. Room 1. Hospital? Circumcision jokes again. Group discounts? Foolish friend. Shut up, just deliver. TV's buzzing. Viral storm. Ethereal goddess? My post. Celestial dance. Worlds mesmerized. Fairy trend. Global madness. Stunned. She's my contact. Main characters famous now. Agencies begging. Blank checks. Even superstars joining in. Top-tier celebrities? Staggering. 0 edits. Pure divinity. Fans obsessed. Real goddess. Simp army incoming. Inbox dead. More videos? Gold mine. Door bursts. Text here. Cargo's safe. He's panicking. Who hurt you? Revenge. Just a hole. Gullible. Construction warnings. Be safe. Loyal coward. True brother. Time for a reward. Quit. Promotion. High pay. I'm in. Anything. Payday. Yan Corporation. Sales director. Mission start. Bright future. Plastic streamer. Hallway encounter. Support me. Crash. Fall. Faked injury. Clout drama. Assault. Help me. Simps. Chat rage. Protect her. Shaming camera. Targeted victim. This monster. Exposed. Accident. Simps want blood. Donate. Medical bill scam. Professional fraud. Setup detected. Fraud, she's mocking me. Hand it over, reckoning. Shun reached to reclaim his phone, but the vixen screamed bloody murder. Pervert. Suddenly, a heavy mop slammed directly into Shun's startled face. No wonder the ladies' room felt watched. You're a total creep. The crowd's judgment fell like a hammer. Shun tried to explain himself, but a massive hand gagged him instantly. Wait. Who is this giant? A muscular woman embraced the streamer. Little Moon, I am your fan. I love you to death. Moon was terrified but forced a smile. The beastly woman glared at Shun. You dare harass my little idol? Looking at her massive frame, Shun started praying for his life. She hoisted him up like a toy. In the Moon's name, perish. The scheming streamer secretly filmed everything, smelling a viral goldmine. Inside, Star River finished his divine trade with the flower fairy. Suddenly, a desperate cry for help echoed from the hospital hallway. He rushed out to find Shun being forcibly given a makeover. I'll turn you into a girl so you won't harass anyone. Shun sobbed in agony. Luckily, 2 doctors arrived to intervene. Sorry, everyone. This patient just escaped from our psychiatric ward. Before leaving, the lunatic blew a final kiss to the traumatized idol. Shun's tears flowed like rivers as his best friend approached him. My reputation is ruined, River. I can never show my face. Don't worry, buddy. You look okay, just slightly. Terrifyingly disgusting. With neon cheeks and pigtails, Shun looked like a nightmare creature. As the streamer tried to slip away, Star River blocked her. You ruined my brother. You think you can just walk away? She smirked, claiming he deserved it. River grabbed her arm firmly. Moon instantly restarted her live stream, faking a tragic, tearful face. Help, this villain's accomplice is bullying me. Her fans went wild. The chat flooded with hate. Moon whispered, I have millions of fans. Who would believe you? My fans are truly insane. Good luck. She vanished, leaving River fuming at the power of toxic influence. Then, he spotted the security camera. Time for a god-level lesson. Little Thea arrived with the footage. My father called the director. She warned him. This streamer is a titan with massive app support. A simple video might not be enough to take her down. River smirked. Don't worry. I have my own divine methods. I'm only here because Grandpa insisted. She handed him a key. It was a high-end Mercedes-Benz. River nearly jumped out of his skin. What a clueless peasant. It's just a 1 million yuan car. Suddenly, his phone rang. It was a panicked call from Shun. River, it's a disaster. Your phone shop is being completely trashed. Who did this? Moon's crazed fans are hunting you down. You need to hide, River. They have lost their damn minds. If I don't roar, you'll treat this lion like a house cat? He crushed his phone in rage. Fine, let's play with fire. The truth video hit the web. The internet's judgment had begun. Listen up, fans. This week's viral nominee is the internet's most controversial sensation. 𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆. Hello. Hey everyone, it's 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆. The host beams, don't be afraid, we are all here to support you. Let's see the overwhelming love from our viewers. 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆 smiles. But then her face completely freezes. Instead of cheers, a tidal wave of insults floods the stream. 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆 trembles in absolute terror. Why? Where are my fans? The stream is cut. A desperate, frantic phone call is made. The brutal truth hits. 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆 bows low. Manager Yu, I'm sorry. I never imagined this would happen. 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆 explodes in a blazing rage. Do you have any idea who you actually provoked? That's He Shen. He controls the legendary fairy sister resources that every single agency is dying for. And you dared to cross him? 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆's heart sinks. The weight of her mistake is truly crushing. 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆 warns, the platforms are blacklisting you. The company's big debut plans, all up in flames. You've dug your own grave at the worst possible time. 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆 gasps. Is my career totally over? If you want a future, there's only one path. Make He Shen delete that devastating video. Apologize. Claim it was a misunderstanding. Use any means necessary at absolutely any cost. At any cost? 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆 whispers. 𝑰𝒎𝒎's cold gaze remains fixed. Yes, I mean anything. In fact, if you recruit him, you'll be our top star. Think about your future very carefully. Rage simmers. 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆 hates Xinghe to her bones. You ruined me. But I won't go down easily. Night falls. Xinghe sleeps, unaware. Suddenly, a provocative nurse quietly enters the dark hospital room. That hair, that gaze. It's 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆. But Xinghe is dazed by her alluring and seductive figure. Nurse? Why the sudden change in uniform tonight? He asks, his heart racing with confusion. 𝑰𝒎💎 pulls out a thermometer. Patient, I need to check your temperature right this second. Xinghe blushes. Why now? You didn't do this last night. 𝑰𝒎💎 stammers, searching for an excuse. Day and night fluctuations, she blurts out, climbing onto his bed. Xinghe's nose starts bleeding instantly. She presses closer, her curves inches from his face. The sexual tension in the room is electric. Sorry, my hand slipped, she gasps, but her voice. It sounds dangerously and strangely familiar. Xinghe narrows his eyes. That voice, I've heard it before. Suspicion flares like wildfire in his mind. He rips off her mask. 𝒤𝒎𝒎𝒏, I knew it. Exposed, she falls to her knees, sobbing. 𝒔𝒆, please, I'm here to beg for your mercy. Please accept my most sincere apology. Looking at her, Xing's heart wavers. How exactly do you plan to make up for this? She crawls onto him. Anything. I'll do anything if you just find it in you to forgive me. Lust battles logic. Maybe her mistake wasn't that big. He thinks of his girlfriend, one Thursday. His eyes catch a glint. A hidden camera on a bottle. Xing grabs it with lightning speed. Nice try. Care to explain this? 𝑰𝒎💎's face turns pale. Her second trap has utterly failed. She breaks down. I just wanted photos, to blackmail you into deleting that career-killing video. Xinghe sneers. If apologies solved everything, we wouldn't need the police, would we? You're finished. She begs. Please, that video is killing my career. My agency is going to terminate my contract. If it stays up, I'm dead. But Xinghe is stone cold. After what you did? Never. In fact, maybe I'll post these photos too. Let's make you truly viral this time. You're a despicable, low-life snake, she screams. Xing just laughs at her blatant, pathetic hypocrisy. You tried to ruin me, and now you play the victim? Suddenly, her phone rings loudly. It's the manager. 𝒤𝒎💎, where the hell are you right now? Answer me. I'm at home, sleeping. Manager you, she lies. But the screaming through the phone continues. Sleeping? Do you want me to terminate you? Have you handled 𝒔𝒆's video yet or not? Remember your debt-ridden father, your sick mother, and your brother. Handle it or you are dead. Silence. The weight of her world finally crushes her. I understand, Manager you. I'll do it. Every word, every desperate, dark secret. Xing heard it all from his quiet hospital bed. 𝒔𝒆𝒏 tearfully surrendered, leaving forever. Ha stopped her, deleting everything. Is this pity? She whispered. No. Just saving your soul. Repayment promised. Potential wasted. Freedom. Hospital gates opened today. 𝒐𝒕's supercar beckoned him. Handle this beast, master? Ha bluffed his modern expertise. Legend behind the wheel. Godly. Vanthu watched, heart shattered. Flowers fell. Betrayal struck deep. 𝒐𝒓𝒆 tinha? Bouquet trashed. Cold, bitter disgust. I was truly blind, she cried. Just coincidence, she lied coldly. Enjoy your sugar, mommy, gigolo. 𝒐𝒕 ignited the war. Just a rich girl's toy. Toxic misunderstanding reached boiling point. Am I really eating soft rice? Honestly, the easy life tempted. 𝒐𝒕 played the villainess. Take my gold card, darling. Power move. The perfect act. Vanthu fumed like poison. She vanished. 𝒐𝒕 smirked. Explanations were now entirely useless. Let's go buy a skyscraper. The gold card was fake. Dumped roadside. The master stranded. Master, his disciple finally arrived. A detour into spiritual realms. The great Taoist trap set. Elite immortals gathered in luxury. Grand masters arrived with arrogance. The supreme leader appeared suddenly. Ancient grudges resurfaced with venom. 10 years. Still a loser. Fate called for a showdown. Master, win this for me. Tinha. The ultimate weapon. Mysterious stranger attacked the gates. True power needs no invitation. Chaos erupted. A monster arrived. No cultivation detected? This guy is just a loudmouth acting like a big shot. I'll prove it to you. Suddenly, white smoke erupts, slamming into Xiaolin with crushing force. Her body trembles. Her colleague panics, but Xiaolin gasps. Something is sitting on my back. The smoker sneers. Well, brat, do you believe in my Taoist arts now? Tinha can't stand this scum bullying a civilian. Ziming cheers. Go get him, master. Tinha steps forward. Stop. With a flick of his wrist, he dispels the haunting spirit. The ghost vanishes instantly. The mysterious man is stunned. Who the hell are you? Tinha catches the girl. Are you all right? Ziming warns the villain to back off. Stop now. You won't escape if this turns into a murder case. The villain just snarls. Mind your business. I'm just teaching this brat a lesson. 𝒉𝒐𝒏 fires back with justice. First, attacking civilians violates Taoist ethics. And as an award-winning priest, I must educate you. The villain is baffled. What pathetic award? 𝒉𝒐𝒏 proudly points toward his legendary master. More importantly, that girl is my master's special interest, a potential mistress of mine. I have to care. Tinha turns red. Wait, stop talking. That's not it at all. The villain laughs. A romantic hero, eh? Tinha yells. Don't misunderstand. I just hate your face. President Guangyuan arrives. What's the commotion? He whispers. Who are these two? Master 𝒉𝒐𝒏. 𝒉𝒐𝒏 beams with pride. Allow me to introduce my master, the great Li Tinha. Guangyuan is speechless. Your master? 𝒉𝒐𝒏 then glares at the villain with disgust. As for this guy? Never seen him. The man scoffs. The name is Wu Hai. I don't have an invite. Can I still enter? His gaze is cold and threatening. To avoid a scene, Guangyuan relents. Cultivators are always welcome. Please, come inside. Wu Hai glares back before leaving. Enjoy your woman, Tinha. You'll need the luck. Suddenly, Xiaolin collapses. Her colleague screams for help, but the girl is completely unresponsive. Tinha checks her pulse. Yin energy has invaded her body. It's critical. Move her inside. They rush to a private room. Outside, the colleague asks, Can he really save her? 𝒉𝒐𝒏 scoffs confidently. Relax. My master is using primordial qi to purge the darkness. The colleague is awestruck. So young, yet so powerful? 𝒉𝒐𝒏 immediately tries to flirt. Actually, I'm quite the handsome Taoist myself. Want to learn more about my talents? He expects a blush, but gets a stinging slap instead. Get lost, you creep. Inside, Tinha lays her down and begins to undress her. Time is of the essence. Novels say clothes block the flow of qi. Better safe than sorry. He begins the transfer. Moments later, Xiaolin wakes up flushed. Where am I? What happened? She realizes she's nearly naked. Why are you here? Did you take off my clothes? Tinha stammers, wait. You were poisoned by Taoist arts. I had to purge the yin energy. Before he can finish, her skin turns bright red. She pants. So hot. I'm burning up. Tinha panics. Did I overdo the primordial qi? Is it stimulating her hormones? Xiaolin lunges at him. Eyes hazy. Tinha retreats. Lady, please, stay calm. She pins him to the bed. You saved me. I must repay you with my body. Tinha screams internally. No, stop, I'm still a virgin. This wasn't the plan. Outside, 𝒉𝒐𝒏 cracks the door open. Seeing the action on the bed, he grins wickedly. As expected of master, his pickup game is on a legendary level. I must learn this. Guangyuan returns and spots him peeking. Master 𝒉𝒐𝒏, what are you doing at the door? Where is Master Tinha? 𝒉𝒐𝒏 jumps, nearly biting his tongue in shock. Outside the door, a suspicious figure lurks. Master Dao, what are you doing? Startled and stammering, he points inside. Where has the Grandmaster disappeared to? Inside the room, Xiaolin pinned the Grandmaster down, her eyes burned with an uncontrollable, seductive heat. Won't you help me undress, big brother? Tinha struggled, shouting for her to regain her senses. Suddenly, the door burst open as the president entered. Grandmaster, the association has arrived to see you. Guangwen followed closely behind with a concerned look. I heard a girl was injured and came to help. Caught in a scandalous position, Tinha panicked. If they saw this, his reputation would be utterly ruined. Wait a moment, he roared, quickly binding her. The scene inside was still enough to shock anyone. The president stood frozen, eyes wide in disbelief. Grandmaster Li. What exactly is the situation here? I was purging her yin energy with pure qi, Tinha explained quickly, sweating from the sheer intensity. Guangwen watched silently, his heart racing in awe. To cleanse such corruption so fast was legendary. This youth's power rivaled the great Wu Hai himself. He bowed deeply, realizing this was a man to respect. Take this pill to stabilize her spirit, he offered. Tinha accepted, bowing back with refined martial grace. Do not be formal, the president replied humbly. As the host, any mishap is my sole responsibility. Tinha immediately administered the glowing medicinal pill. The girl's chaotic aura began to settle instantly. Moments later, Xiaolin woke up, blushing furiously. Did I do something shameful just now? It was only a dream, Tinha lied smoothly. Now return quickly before anyone else sees you. Her eyes shimmered with deep, soulful gratitude. Grandmaster Li, your kindness is engraved in my heart. With the crisis averted, The grand assembly began. The hall was packed with cultivators from every sect. Sycophants began praising 𝑷𝒉𝒐𝒏𝒆 loudly. His wisdom flows like the endless Yangtze River. Without him, our Tao would be eternal night. The flattery echoed through the massive golden hall. Ziming led Tinha inside with arrogant pride. Look at these fools. They know nothing of true power. High above, 𝑷𝒉𝒐𝒏𝒆 stroked his beard. Is this child your master? Has your mind broken? Wo Hai's cold laughter cut through the air. A bunch of frogs in a well, fighting over scraps. Watch your mouth. Ziming barked back in rage. My master will teach you the meaning of respect. 𝒌 sat back, his sharp eyes studying Tinha such confidence. Who is this mysterious young man? Silence. The elder's voice boomed across the room. The first round begins now. The discourse of Tao. Two shall ascend to debate their heavenly paths. The audience will judge who holds the higher truth. The second round will be a clash of spells. Victory goes to the one who reaches the goal first. Now, who dares to step onto the stage first? The atmosphere grew heavy with anticipation and tension. A young man named Cao San stepped forward boldly. I shall represent 9 Justice Mountain in this debate. The elder nodded, pleased by his fearless spirit. Who will challenge the path of 9 Justice? My master will, Ziming shouted. Raising his hand, 𝒌 sneered at the bold claim. A boor like you understands the Tao? He mocked. No, not me. Grandmaster Tinha will crush him. Tinha's face paled as he glared at Ziming. Are you insane? I know nothing of this nonsense. Don't be modest, master. Ziming urged him on. Go up there and silence these arrogant old fools. The crowd laughed as Tinha took the stage. 𝒌 watched, curious about the boy's secret. Cao San smiled, thinking he had won already. I came to show off. And they send a brat? Tell me, fellow Taoist, Cao San began mockingly, do you even comprehend what the Tao truly is? The audience began whispering the basic sutras. The Tao creates one. One creates all things. Only 𝒌 saw the lethal trap in the question. It sounds simple, but the answer is a bottomless abyss. Cao San stepped closer, his aura pressing down. What's wrong? Is the Grandmaster suddenly lost for words? Tinha looked him in the eye and spoke calmly. To be honest, I don't understand the Tao at all. The hall erupted in a wave of mocking laughter. A total fraud. Ziming's master is a joke. Ziming bit his nails, his face turning pale. Master, please tell me this is part of your plan. I say I don't understand it. Tinha continued coldly. Because no one in this room understands it either. The laughter died instantly as 𝒌 leaned forward. Such arrogance. Or perhaps he sees what we cannot? Xinghe's voice echoed, cold and deep. True Tao belongs to the heavens. We are but mere mortals. The teachings passed down by ancestors, can we truly call that the absolute, divine truth? 1,000 readers see 1,000 Hamlets. Within 1,000 seekers, 1,000 different Taoists bloom. Which one is reality? Thus, I can only admit, I understand nothing of the Tao. His logic was paradoxical yet undeniably profound. If we are mortal, how could we grasp divinity? To have such enlightenment at his age, perhaps we truly haven't grasped the essence yet. Ziming nodded, arms crossed. I don't get it, but it sounds incredibly legendary. Typical master. Cao San pointed a trembling finger. Stop this nonsense. You're just twisting words. The Grandmaster intervened. Nonsense can be Tao too. There is no standard answer to existence. A draw. Next, the trial of mystical arts. Prepare to witness true supernatural power. Below, Wo Hai watched intently. Li Xinghe, you're becoming an interesting variable in this game. The master announced the next feat, telekinesis. The goal? Moving objects through pure spiritual will. Tools ranged from light wooden rulers to a massive 150-kilogram bronze cauldron. I peeked at the 25-kilogram bucket, Ziming whispered. The old man was ruthless back then. Jing smirked. If 25 is the limit, are those massive cauldrons just expensive decorations? Ziming sighed. Exactly. They've been gathering dust for years. No one can budge them. Is there a brave soul willing to demonstrate their cultivation first? The master asked the crowd. Cao San stepped forward. I'll start. Let me show you the power of Juyi Mountain. That shameless prick again, Xinghe muttered. Cao San began chanting, summoning his meager spiritual strength. The dagger trembled and rose. Cao San lifts the 0.5-kilogram blade, the master shouted. The crowd whispered in awe, but Cao San looked embarrassed. Forgive my pathetic display, everyone. Who's next? Masters began competing, their spiritual auras clashing as they vied for glory. Master Cheng lifted a 5-kilogram sword. Then, another expert moved a 10-kilogram stone basin. Finally, Master Cheng Sin hoisted a 15-kilogram weight. His profound cultivation left everyone speechless. Anyone else? The master roared. his voice booming across the hall. The air grew heavy. 15 kilograms is insane. The champion is definitely Chang Xin, the spectators whispered in reverence. Master, won't you give it a try? Zeman asked. Xinghe shook his head, uninterested. This circus doesn't concern me, Xing replied. The master waited, but the hall remained silent. If no one objects, I declare Chang Xin the winner of trash, a mysterious stranger interrupted. The master's face flushed with rage. Who dared say that? Vohai stepped out. Don't misunderstand. I didn't mean Master Chang Xin is trash. I meant everyone sitting here is absolute garbage. The crowd erupted in a fury of insults. Watch closely, you pathetic weaklings. Vohai walked toward the 50-kilogram cauldron with arrogance. That cauldron is impossible, Zeman shouted. No one had lifted it in decades. Vohai released a thunderous roar. Rise! Slowly, the massive iron vessel began to float. Gasps filled the room. Cultivators rubbed their eyes, unable to believe this monstrous display of power. Xinghe narrowed his eyes. Cheating. He's using a hidden ghost spirit to lift that thing. A spectral girl faded behind the cauldron. 50 kilograms is her limit, it seems, Xinghe noted. Vohai smirked, retracting his spirit. My performance ends here. Anyone else want to fail? The master hesitated. If there are no challengers, then the winner is Vohai. Rage bubbled within Xinghe and the others. This result was an insult to their very souls. The Taoist Association is a joke. Vohai laughed. Suddenly a powerful voice boomed. I object. Vohai froze. The Grandmaster stood up. I haven't fought in 10 years, but today, I will prove our association is China's true treasure, not a playground for arrogant brats. Show them, leader! The crowd roared. The honor of the Tao was finally on the line. 2 men barked at the elder, demanding he win. Only my master deserves to defeat you, old man. The Grandmaster promised the association a victory. I shall humble this master and disciple duo right now. He ascended the peak, gathering every ounce of his aura. With a thunderous roar, the elder unleashed his power. Invoking the divine mantra of the great Supreme Lord, he poured his entire soul into the small cauldron, but the vessel remained frozen. Is the great Grandmaster's strength truly fading this badly? 2 men saw through the facade immediately. 10 years ago, he barely held a water bucket longer than me. Lifting that cauldron is a pipe dream for him. Yet, the elder persisted, screaming his final incantation. Suddenly, the small cauldron hovered in the air. The crowd erupted, screaming for the Taoist Association's glory. Long live the association. But lifting that cursed metal drained his very life essence. The cauldron crashed down as the elder collapsed. Master, what happened? Why are you so fragile? Vohai laughed, crossing his arms in pure arrogance. Is this the best the Huaxia Taoists can offer? He mocked them like cowards hiding in shadows. 2 men snapped, roaring for the villain to shut his mouth. He was ready to risk it all for their honor. Suddenly, Xing grabbed his shoulder with a calm gaze. Sit down, disciple. It is my turn now. 2 men's eyes sparkled. The master was finally moving. Xinghe stepped toward the massive great cauldron. He wasn't aiming for the small one, he wanted the throne. The crowd gasped in utter disbelief. Is he insane? No one has moved that giant in centuries. Xinghe recalled the forbidden scriptures. To control objects, one must link their qi to their fingertips, creating a spiritual bridge between soul and steel. He focused his internal energy, ready to defy gravity. He commanded the vessel to rise with a mighty shout. But the great cauldron didn't even flinch. Silence fell, followed by waves of mocking laughter. You're only fit to lift a toothpick, kid. Get down. Don't insult the toothpick. Even that requires talent. The audience jeered, treating him like a common clown. 2 men exploded in rage at the insults. You fools know nothing. My master is just warming up. Wait, does master actually know how to move objects? Vohai puffed his cigarette, sneering at the brat. Trying to lift the king of cauldrons on your first try? 2 men shouted advice. Don't panic, master. Sense the trajectory of the object to control its flight. Xing paused. A trajectory for a dead object? Then he saw it, the ancient patterns etched in the bronze. These runes weren't just decorations, they were keys. He synchronized his spirit with the ancient carvings. Miraculously, the massive cauldron began to hover off the ground. It soared high, defying every law of nature. My master is a god. 2 men's pride reached the heavens. The crowd stood frozen in absolute shock. He actually did it. Has he reached the legendary Xiantian realm? Is he the long-awaited savior of our sect? Xinghe gritted his teeth, the weight nearly crushing his spirit. This thing is damn heavy. I can't hold it. Fohai's smirk vanished. He had underestimated this man. The Taoist Association has found a monster. Meanwhile, at the mountain peak, shadow agents reported their failure. We failed to capture the target, my lady. This 𝒉𝒐𝒏 is a mortal, yet holds divine pills. He is quite handsome too, the agent whispered. The leader turned. Her eyes narrowed in deep suspicion. A mere mortal with soul-returning pills? Impossible. I will deal with this 𝒉𝒐𝒏 personally. Leave us. Back at the hall, 𝒐𝒏 was seated like a king. The elders bowed low, their arrogance replaced by reverence. Please accept our deepest respect, great master. You are the miracle we have been praying for. The Grandmaster knelt, tears of gratitude in his eyes. You've restored our honor and given us hope, master. If fate allows, please guide us. Two men hissed, Master Li is my teacher. Don't you dare steal him. He clung to 𝒐𝒏's leg like a desperate child. Get off me. Stop being so dramatic, you idiot. 𝒐𝒏 pushed him away just as his phone rang. It was Van Thu. His voice turned soft and sweet. Hey, did you miss me already? Cut the nonsense and get to the office now. We need to talk. The coldness in her voice sent chills down his spine. Something was wrong. Van Thu sounded completely different. He rushed to the office, forcing a bright smile. You finally called. I thought you'd forgotten about me. Van Thu didn't look up from her work. Where's your rich little girlfriend? Why isn't she with you? Listen, Van Thu, my relationship with 𝒌𝒐𝒏 is a misunderstanding. It's not what you think. Van Thu's eyes flared with rage. Save your breath. You're nothing to me. She stormed back to her desk. She slammed a folder down. I'm here for business, Tin Ha. Review this company expansion plan immediately. Tin Ha skimmed the pages. A survival show? Exactly, she replied. To launch our new skincare empire. We've secured top agent 𝒔𝒏𝒆 for Creation Goddess. And you. I've already signed you up as a judge. You signed me up? Tin Ha smirked. Weren't we just strangers a moment ago? He relished her sudden frustration. She remained ice-cold. You'll partner with the legendary idol, 𝒉𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆. Don't you dare embarrass me. Tin Ha studied the profiles. 𝒔𝒏𝒆, the one who preyed on Tu Nuyet. And who is this 𝒎𝒏𝒆 guy? Meanwhile, inside a luxury van, 𝒎𝒏𝒆 sneered. Do I really have to meet this 𝒎𝒏𝒆 fraud? 𝒔𝒏𝒆 hissed. He's a viral sensation. He has connections to goddess-level beauties. We must recruit him at all costs. 𝒎𝒆 laughed arrogantly. I've conquered every beauty in the industry. Those videos are just clever Photoshop. 𝒔𝒏𝒆's voice turned deadly. I'm warning you, 𝒎𝒆. Stay away from the new trainees. They're mine. Back at the office, Tin Ha was busy. He was video calling an actual heavenly fairy. You're a superstar in the mortal world. The fairy beamed with joy. Finally, mortals have true taste. Those old gods in heaven call me a hag. Tin Ha chuckled. Need more smartphones? The heavenly pavilion needs them to boost their cultivation. Send them fast. Don't worry, the fairy promised. Even the high gods are begging for your tech. Just then, �𝒏𝒆 entered. Is the great 𝒎𝒆 in? She asked. Tin Ha looked up. I'm 𝒎𝒆. What do you want? She slammed a hand on his desk. I'm �𝒏𝒆, producer of the new show. I want your flower fairies. She slid a blank check across. Tin Ha's eyes narrowed. She was ready to pay any price for his talent. With my influence, there'll be legends within a year. You'll be drowning in wealth and fame. She smiled confidently. Tin Ha didn't even blink. He picked up the check and ripped it to shreds before her eyes. What are you doing? She gasped. Tin Ha leaned back, radiating power. They don't work for anyone else. No amount of gold can buy their service. They only film for their own pleasure. Our business is over. �𝒏𝒆 was stunned. No price is enough? Tin Ha crossed his arms. Money moves ghosts. But it can't move. Gods. Realizing he wouldn't budge, she sighed. She handed him the contestant list instead. At least watch over my favorites. Tin Ha's eyes locked onto one name. Lam Tin. If this predator signs her, she'll be walking into a nightmare. He knew he had to protect her. Meanwhile, at 𝒎𝒆's private villa, the idol preened before a golden mirror. This face is a masterpiece, he whispered. No sacrifice is too great for such perfection. Suddenly, a knock came. It was Lam Tin, looking pale. 𝒎𝒆's eyes gleamed with dark intent. The little lamb has finally arrived. Come in, Lam Tin, he cooed. He knew his charm was an inescapable trap. I've been waiting for you, she asked nervously. Teacher, you wanted to see me? I saw your file, he lied. You need private guidance. A chill ran down her spine. What kind of guidance, teacher? Suddenly, he pinned her against the cold wall. He tilted her chin up with a finger. Have you seen the movie Lust, Caution? His voice was a poisonous honey. I want to teach you. True passion. Lam Tin pulled back, trembling. Teacher, this isn't right. He chuckled darkly, tightening his grip. You want to be a star, don't you? Fame requires a little sacrifice. He leaned in close, his mask slipping. Let's begin our performance, shall we? No. Please, stop, she cried. Just as the darkness closed in, a thunderous knock shook the villa door. A delivery man stood outside. Delivery for 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒐𝒓𝒕𝒂𝒍�. The idol roared in fury. Get lost. I'm busy. His prey was almost his. The courier didn't move an inch. 𝒔𝒆𝒏𝒆 sent this package personally. 𝒕𝒂𝒍� froze. The hunt was interrupted. This performance is a trap. A sinister teacher demands sacrifice for cheap fame. She rejects his disgusting advances, but his predatory nature is finally fully revealed. Classmate Lam, let us begin. The creep closes in, ignoring her desperate pleas. A knock of fate. A delivery man arrives with a mysterious, high-level package. Annoyed by the interruption, the teacher snaps until a certain name is mentioned. Master 𝒔𝒆𝒏𝒆 sent this. The teacher instantly freezes, his dark intentions halted. Late at night, 𝒰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆 received a mysterious package from a persistent courier. Urged by the delivery man, he opened the box and gasped in horror. A grotesque female demon's head stared back, sending him into a panicked frenzy. The courier locked the door as Lam Tin rushed over to the strange box. Confused, she saw nothing inside and wondered why the man was so terrified. Suddenly, the courier stripped off his disguise, revealing the legendary Xing, he himself. He mocked the teacher, while the demon head reappeared with a chilling laugh. Terror-stricken, the man begged for mercy, refusing to continue his acting performance. Xing, he ignored his pleas, delivering a crushing blow that echoed loudly. Since you won't teach acting, I will personally teach you the art of combat. After another powerful kick, Xing he decided to show him true martial mastery. Bruised and broken, the man demanded to know the identity of his powerful attacker. I am the divine Ha, Li Xing he. Now get out of my sight. As the coward fled, Lam Tin approached, wondering why the master had arrived. He revealed his role as a judge, and she embraced him in pure relief. Trembling, she asked what horror the other man had seen to be so scared. He brushed it off as a simple illusion meant only for the wicked's eyes. The ghost girl wept in the shadows, ignored as the two discussed their plans. Lam Tin worried about her contract, fearing the heavy penalties for leaving. Xing, he comforted her, promising to use his judging power to help her exit. He told her to wait a few days, but her fear remained deep. Terrified of her rivals, she begged to move in and stay with him. Blushing, he refused, citing the scandals that would follow a judge and contestant. She leaned into him, praising his kindness with a soft, captivating voice. Frustrated by his restraint, she wondered if he would ever see her true feelings. Meanwhile, Xing, he struggled to suppress the wilder side of his inner spirit. He lectured himself to stay calm and never bring her to his home. Even if they shared a house, they could never share a room or bed. Elsewhere, 𝒰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆 nursed his swollen face, his heart burning with a desire for revenge. He cursed the divine Ha, swearing to make him pay for this humiliation. A mysterious figure emerged from the shadows, commanding him to remain focused. Intimidated by the man's overwhelming presence, 𝒰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆 bowed in total submission. Back with Xing he, Lam Tin offered to handle all the cooking and cleaning. Tempted by the thought of a domestic helper, his resolve began to crumble. Suddenly, Van Thu called. Her voice filled with explosive rage from the phone. She accused him of chasing contestants at bars, while he desperately tried to explain. Realizing Lam Tin was listening, he improvised a ridiculous lie to save his skin. He pretended the caller was his grandmother, offering her the latest high-tech phone. Though Van Thu was skeptical, he stayed one step ahead with his frantic acting. He hung up quickly, claiming he was too busy with a difficult customer. Lam Tin walked away sadly, believing he already had a woman in his life. At a grand event, crowds of fans gathered before a massive promotional poster. On stage, a stylish host welcomed the press to the prestigious 𝒌𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆 company. She introduced the judges as the cameras flashed and the excitement reached its peak. Xing. He turned to Van Thu, desperate to explain why he missed her calls. Listen, about last night, quiet. Your private life is none of my business, Director Locke snapped, cutting him off instantly. I only came to hear how, then sing. The host took the stage, sensing the mounting pressure. The moment you've been waiting for is here. Please welcome to the stage, 𝒕𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆. The crowd erupted, but the spotlight hit an empty floor. A chilling silence followed. Something was terribly wrong. The superstar was missing. Thousands of fans began to murmur, their disappointment turning into a wave of panic. Where is he? If Hao then is hurt, I'll boycott Yan Company forever. The atmosphere turned toxic in a heartbeat. Director Locke glared at the empty stage before turning on Director Ha. He's not coming? Her eyes flashed with a dangerous, sharp intent. Is this how Yan Company treats its VIP guests? Director Ha broke into a cold sweat, stammering. I don't understand what happened. She removed her glasses, her voice dripping with ice. Last night, your guest brutally assaulted Hao Than. The revelation hit like a thunderbolt. He's severely injured and cannot perform today. Without another word, she stormed out, leaving the event in total shambles. Director Ha turned to Tin Ha, desperate and furious. Explain yourself, Master Li. Meanwhile, the enraged fans began a full-scale riot. Give us back our idol. They waved their banners, screaming for justice. The situation was spiraling out of control. While Director Ha panicked, Tin Ha remained eerily calm. He was casually scrolling through his phone. The audacity was mind-blowing. Not even a god can save this now. Van Thu sighed. Tin Ha just smirked. Actually, a god might be exactly what I need. He was secretly messaging the 100 Flowers. Fairy. Fairy, help! This is a total emergency. He sent a desperate plea. Got any immortal pills to give me a divine voice? The fairy chuckled. What? Planning to become a superstar now? Are we? No time for jokes. It's life or death. Fine, buy the heavenly melody pill from the shop. It's foolproof. Tin Ha didn't waste a second. One click, and the immortal pill was in his hand. He prepared to consume the divine treasure. He swallowed it quickly with a gulp of water. Van Thu and Director Ha watched, completely baffled. What is he doing now? The fans had lost all hope. This place is a joke. Let's go. They began to exit the hall in droves. I'd rather go play games than stay here. Yan Company is finished. Suddenly, a voice boomed through the speakers. Wait! Everyone, stay right there! The fans paused. Who is this guy? He's actually kind of handsome. I am the god of songs, he announced. I'll perform for you today. As he began to sing, the air itself trembled. Van Thu's jaw dropped. That warm, angelic resonance. Was that really Tin Ha? The transformation was impossible. Wait, he's the legendary god of songs from the videos. The real deal is here. The crowd was instantly paralyzed by his voice. He's even more stunning in person. The first song ended, but Tin Ha didn't stop. He immediately transitioned into a legendary ballad. As 𝑰𝒔𝒄𝒆 began, Director Ha whispered in shock. Wait, didn't he used to be completely tone-deaf in school? This was a miracle. The first few notes pierced straight through their hearts. His voice was pure magic. Hao Than was already a forgotten name. This is the best cover I've ever heard. The fans were in a trance, tears streaming down their faces, pure musical perfection. Even Van Thu was swept away by the overwhelming melody. How can he sing like this? Is this truly the same Li Tin Ha? Director Ha was sobbing like a child. Such clarity. Such hidden sorrow. The voice carried the weight of 1,000 memories. It feels like my lost youth. Running under the sun. The entire hall was under his absolute spell for hours. Time lost all meaning as the fans begged for more. One more song, please, don't stop. They refused to let him go. Afterward, Director Ha was bowing in deep gratitude. You saved us, Master Li. Today was a legendary, unprecedented success. Let our driver take you home. But Van Thu stepped forward. I'll drive him myself. We need to talk. Tin Ha felt a sudden chill. Her kindness felt like a beautiful trap. This doesn't feel like it's going to end well. Minutes later, they arrived at his doorstep. He hopped out, eager to be alone. Thanks for the ride. Get home safe. Wait, aren't you going to invite me in for a drink? Tin Ha froze. What? Right now? I wasn't expecting guests. He hesitated, which only fueled her suspicion. She tapped his shoulder, her eyes narrowing. Well, are you hiding something from me? Is there a girl in there? No, of course not. He denied it, but then remembered his ghostly roommates. 2 female ghosts were literally living in his house. If they make a sound, I'm absolutely finished. He prayed for silence. Van Thu ignored his protests and pushed inside. I don't care who you're hiding. I'm seeing for myself. She marched right in. Suddenly, she screamed his name at the top of her lungs. Li Tin Ha! His heart nearly stopped from the shock. Oh no, did she find them? He rushed after her, fearing the worst. But he found her staring at the television. The TV is on, and it's a romantic K-drama. The kind that only girls watch. She turned to him, eyes blazing. The ghost sisters were clearly binge-watching earlier. Since Van Thu couldn't see spirits, her suspicion of a secret girlfriend reached its peak. Tinha sighed, watching those drama-addicted ghosts. "He's perfect," they squealed. "I'd die for him." Van Thu's jealousy flared. She stormed off. "Wait," Tinha pleaded. "Let me explain." "I'm going home," she snapped, ignoring him. The ghosts sensed their master's love crisis. "They're soulmates," White Ghost argued. "Let's help." "Success means a vacation for us, sister." Red Ghost was sold. The plan began. "Fine. Walk home safely," Tinha blundered. "You idiot," Red Ghost screamed. "Stop her." "You won't even try?" Van Thu sobbed. "No means yes," the ghosts groaned together. White Ghost tripped her with a tongue. Van Thu tumbled into Tinha's embrace. An accidental kiss left them both stunned. "I'll never forgive you," she fled, blushing. Tinha scolded the ghosts, then apologized. "It was an accident. Please, just stay." Her phone rang. The contestants. They've vanished. Tinha alerted Captain Trong about kidnapping. Suspicious buses are heading to Engu Mountain. Tinha floored it toward the mountain. "Stay back. This is my mission now." They found the abandoned bus near woods. "No tracks," Truong noted. "How'd they leave?" A drop of blood led them forward. More blood patterns emerged in the dark. "The 9-star heaven-shifting array," Master gasped. "An ancient formation?" Truong asked in shock. "It's a ghost wall, blinding our senses. Only breaking the core reveals the truth." "Can you solve it, Great Master?" "I've only read of this. It's impossible." Tinha's car screeched to a halt. "Who's there?" Truong yelled, aiming his gun. "What are you doing here, Tinha?" "My friends are missing. I must help." "This requires Xiantian power," the Master warned. "Is he crazy?" The officers mocked him. "Silence. Show respect to the Great Master." Tinha messaged for help from Immortals. "How can I reach Xiantian realm instantly?" "Are you really just a mortal, friend?" "I'm reincarnated. Send the spirit pill now." "One breath to reach Xiantian. This pill is a treasure every cultivator craves." Xing, he was stunned. "The price, Master?" The old man's greed flared instantly. "Normally 300,000 merit points, but since you're in a hurry, 3 million, 10 times the price. Are you robbing me?" "Xing," he gasped. He had no choice but to pay. 3 million points for one pill. Qi overflowed from it. Without hesitation, Xing, he swallowed the divine medicine whole. Energy surged through his veins. A legendary transformation was finally taking place. A massive explosion echoed. He reached Xiantian and led them to the cliff. He shattered the array instantly. "Amazing. Master Li is on another level. Trust him," the captain laughed. "Xing," he pointed. "They're in this cave." They rushed inside, met by the sickening stench of fresh blood. An officer stepped in liquid. His flashlight revealed a literal sea of blood. Deeper inside, the horror intensified. It was a terrifying house of death. Bodies hung in nets above. "Too late," the Master sighed. "They're dead." Xing, he heard their souls wailing. So many innocents trapped in the dark. The blood soul curse. Only breaking it could free these tormented spirits. His manual had no answers. He immediately called Master Zhang for help. "The blood soul curse?" Zhang gasped. "That's ancient, forbidden dark magic. It devours maiden souls to boost power. A truly demonic, evil ritual. Destroy that monster, Xinghe. This evil must be purged right now. Tell me the solution. I'll pay any amount of merit points." "Forget the points. Justice is my duty. Just wait one moment. I'll teach you, but it requires a sacrifice." Xing, he felt relieved. Zhang was stingy, but righteous. Suddenly, a blue shadow flashed past them. "There he is! Catch him!" The group gave chase into the darkness. The old master struggled behind. "Master Li, wait for me," he panted. The cops were baffled. How are they so fast? Are they even human? "Move," the captain barked, but Xinghe had already vanished from sight. Only the old master remained. "Where did Master Li go?" he asked. 3 paths lay ahead. I have no idea which way he took. Split up, left, middle, and right. We can't let him escape. Xing, he was gaining ground, chasing the blue-robed shadow with fury. They reached a cliff. The mystery man leaped into the dark abyss. No choice left. Xing, he jumped down into the void after him. He landed and found the missing girls, bound and gagged in fear. He searched for Lin Tin, but she was nowhere to be seen. "I'm here to save you," the girls struggled, trying to warn him. He couldn't understand them. Behind him, a massive axe was raised high. The blade gleamed in the girl's eyes. The killer swung down hard. Xing, he dodged by a hair's breadth. Death narrowly missed its mark. He countered instantly. A single kick snapped the heavy axe in two. The enemy hurled a giant boulder. The girls closed their eyes tight. Xing, he punched the rock, shattering it into dust. The enemy froze. He leaped and struck a heavy blow. Yet, his hand felt nothing. The power of Xiantian. I've truly become an invincible force of nature. Harnessing his inner flame, the main character incinerated the bindings, freeing the captives instantly. The girls were finally liberated, as our hero unmasked the villain, revealing a face he knew well. It was 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒐𝒓𝒄𝒄. The traitor collapsed in terror, begging for his pathetic life. The main character demanded answers, and the coward confessed his sins, revealing a dark bargain made. 1 year ago, his youth began to wither away, until a mysterious young master appeared. This master offered a forbidden soul technique, promising eternal beauty and power at a terrible cost. The results were intoxicating, granting him perfect skin and an allure that deceived everyone. But Tin Ha saw the truth. The cost of his vanity was the blood of innocent girls. Terrified, the villain claimed he only lured them, blaming their own vanity for their demise. Fury erupted within Tin Ha as he seized the coward's collar, demanding the young master's location. Speak or die. Tell me where the others are hidden before my patience runs out. Trembling, he revealed the secret location at base number 2 just nearby. Leaving the traitor to the girls, Tin Ha rushed to the next cave, sensing a new danger. Meanwhile, Elder Zhenren confronted a sinister foe, a man who sneered at his recovery. It was the infamous Vohai, the mastermind behind this nightmare, standing tall with dark intent. Vohai laughed mockingly, claiming dominance over all beneath the legendary Xiantian realm. Zhenren's face hardened with resolve, refusing to stand by while evil reigned supreme. The battle ignited instantly as Vohai lunged forward, seeking to crush the meddling elder. Their fists collided with explosive force, but Zhenren felt the overwhelming gap in their cultivation. This monster was nearing the Xiantian peak, while Vohai stood arrogant, mocking their feeble resistance. Suddenly, Tin Ha descended like a meteor, delivering a devastating kick to Vohai's face. The villain hit the dirt, shocked to see the main character standing there with cold eyes. So you are the strongest beneath heaven? Let us see if your power matches your arrogance. Ancient spiritual energy swirled around Tin Ha as he prepared to unleash his true invincible might. Vohai hesitated, sensing a power that equaled his own, while the elder watched in awe. Hoping to bribe the hero, he offered immense rewards if Tin Ha joined his dark ritual. But our hero only cracked his knuckles, his resolve unshakable against such disgusting villainy. I could spare you, but who will speak for the dead? Die for your sins. With a thunderous strike, he lunged at Vohai, who struggled to block the onslaught. Vohai laughed, thinking he had blocked the blow, but he was gravely mistaken. A second punch connected squarely, shattering the villain's ego, as Zhenren witnessed a miracle. Had Tin Ha truly reached Xiantian? Suddenly, a desperate scream echoed through the dark cavern. Vohai seized the distraction to flee, swearing he would return to claim his revenge. The elder shouted in alarm, but Tin Ha focused on the living, choosing mercy over vengeance. Let him run, we must save the survivors first, he declared, rushing toward the exit. Outside, the police had secured the area, comforting the girls who had survived the ordeal. Tin Ha finally spotted Lam Tin, his heart racing with relief as he found her safe. She smiled, calling him Great Master, but he softly asked her to just use his name. Nearby, Vohai lay defeated and unconscious, a pathetic sight for a man who claimed divinity. Lam Tin recognized him as her attacker, but his fate was already sealed by his own darkness. Panic suddenly erupted among the officers as their captain lay motionless on the cold ground. Captain Truong was unresponsive, prompting Tin Ha to rush over with dread in his heart. The officers explained the clash. They had stopped the transport, but at a heavy price. The enemies were neutralized, but the captain had taken a hit and now lay dying. Tin Ha checked for a pulse, but there was only silence as he waited for the medics. Time is running out. According to the spirit mirror, this forbidden technique is our only hope. Take the others and get out now. I'll stay behind to save Captain Zhang. Feng hesitates, but Xinghe snaps. Do you trust me or not? Choose now. I trust you, Grandmaster Li. With everyone gone, the air grows heavy and silent. Xinghe arranges a ritual stone circle around the captain's body, preparing for the impossible. The spirit mirror's second scroll reveals, a soul can be tethered before it fully departs. By forcing the soul back and flooding it with qi, fate can be rewritten. It's a desperate gamble, but I have no choice. Xing clasps his hands tightly. Soul gathering array. Activate. Suddenly, a mysterious female voice echoes through the void. Defying heaven? Aren't you afraid of the backlash? Xing freezes. Who's there? Stop. A mere Xiantian mortal like you cannot shoulder the weight of changing destiny. Xinghe doesn't flinch. Who are you? Only a non-mortal would speak with such arrogance. Vivi descends, eyes narrow. Why risk your very soul to save this man? Because he's a good person, Xing declares. Vivi circles him, intrigued by his resolve. A good man, in this world? She mocks. Is Li Xinghe a saint or a sinner? How do you know my name? Vivi smirks. Nothing on earth escapes my celestial gaze. The mortal realm? Are you? An emissary from the underworld? Xing's eyes widen. Who said that? Don't be ridiculous. Vivi blushes, realizing she just exposed her secret. Asterisk, internal scream. Asterisk, I've said too much. Xing realizes the array is working, it's attracted the divine. If the underworld is watching, the ritual is active. I must go faster. Li Xinghe. Stop. Do you want divine lightning to strike you into dust? Listen to me. Don't you dare ignore my authority. But the MC remains unshakable. Fine. Die for all I care. Vivi huffs as a massive explosion rocks the ground. Dust settles. Xinghe is coughing blood, his body battered by the intense energy shockwave. Vivi rushes down in worry. Xinghe, are you okay? At that moment, Feng returns. Miraculously, Captain Zhang gasps for air. Feng, where am I? What happened? Captain, you're alive. Xinghe exhales. He's weak. Get him to a hospital immediately. Thank you, Master Li. As they vanish, only Vivi and the exhausted Xing remain. Impressive. You actually cheated death. Now, I should drag you to the underworld. Xinghe looks weary. Fine, take me later. I still have work to finish here. Vivi pouts, arms crossed. Why should I wait? You're definitely up to no good. Suddenly, eerie screams pierce the night, turning the surrounding atmosphere bone-chillingly cold. Vivi jumps in terror. What was that? A ghost? Xinghe is genuinely baffled. You're an underworld spirit. And you're afraid of ghosts? Xinghe asks, bewildered. I'm not scared, I'm just sick of seeing their ugly faces every single day. She hears the girl's cries and her eyes glow red with rage. What did you do? Calm down. I'm here to save them. Their souls are bound here in agony. If I don't break the seal, they will be tortured until they vanish forever. Vivi pauses, her anger softening into respect. Li Xinghe. You really are a good man. Xing leans back, exhausted. I'm drained. Can you lend me a little power? You brought this on yourself. Why should a goddess work for you? Xing sits to meditate. Fine, go back to your boring underworld. I'll do it myself. He begins to circulate his internal qi, struggling to recover his shattered strength. Vivi is stunned. His Xiantian power is immense, yet he begins coughing blood again. Li Xinghe, stop! Panicking, she finally relents and pours her divine qi into him. With a warm glow from his palm, he restored Xinghe's fading vitality. Suddenly, restless spirits appeared. These wronged souls bowed in gratitude. Vivi turned to Xing, deciding to finish her divine task. She would guide them to reincarnation. Xinghe smiled weakly, surprised he wasn't being dragged to hell. Not taking me? He joked. Vivi granted him 2 more days of freedom to chat later. As she prepared to vanish, he called out. Vivi huffed. Finally asking for this goddess's name, I am Qin Vivi. Farewell. She soared away. Back at the car, an old man grabbed him. The Taoist master clung to his legs, begging to be his disciple. Xinghe felt pure shivers. Let go of me, he cried, but the old man vowed never to stop his pursuit. Nearby, Wu Hai watched from the shadows, his face twisted in pure, burning hatred for Xinghe. Just wait, Li Xinghe. This humiliation will be repaid 100-fold. He hissed into the night. Inside the shop, a scream startled everyone. Master! If you don't accept me, I won't leave. Xinghe scrolled through his phone, ignoring the desperate man hugging his leg like a lost child. I have wealth, treasures, and beautiful women. Just say the word, master, the Taoist tempted him. Suddenly, Xinghe's eyes widened at his screen. He knelt before the master with a bright grin. Your sincerity moved me. Before he could finish, the Taoist cheered, thinking he was accepted. Dao Tu-min pouted with tears in his eyes. Master, are you really taking him in? Fine, but I'm the senior brother. Suddenly, Xinghe's phone rang with a very familiar, urgent tone. It was his father. Xing's heart skipped a beat as he hurriedly answered the sudden call. Dad, what happened? On the other end, his father's voice trembled with devastating, heavy news. Xinghe, your mother's condition is critical. Xinghe froze, his world suddenly crashing down around him. I'm coming home. Seeing an opportunity, his father added, bring your girlfriend. It might heal her. If his mother saw him happy, she might recover. Xinghe stood frozen, mind racing in panic. He leaned against the table, sighing. His parents didn't know he broke up with his ex. The truth might kill her, he muttered. Overhearing this, the Taoist whispered a secret plan. Master's in trouble, we must hurriedly. They shared a determined look, ready to solve his crisis. Leave the girlfriend to us. The Taoist bowed and retreated, while Xing waved him off distractedly. Amidst his gloom, Wan Qiu appeared. Xinghe? Are you there? He looked up, a spark igniting. Seeing her, a brilliant idea struck. If she faked being his girlfriend, everything would be saved. I'm a genius, he thought. Wan Qiu approached, offering a basket of fruit with a smile. The company sent me to thank you. Xinghe chuckled awkwardly. No need, I'm a shareholder now. Sensing his strange mood, Wan Qiu fidgeted. She wanted to apologize for their previous, heated misunderstanding about that female student. I was wrong. She puffed her cheeks, acting like a total tsundere. But don't expect an apology. Xinghe didn't mind, making her feel even more flustered inside. What do you want then? She crossed her arms. I'll do one favor. Anything you ask. Only for today. Deep down, she hoped this dense idiot would finally take the romantic hint. This offer was exactly what Xinghe needed. Really? Anything? His excitement made her heart race. Perfect, he cheered. She blushed, thinking, has he finally realized my feelings for him at last? With a serious face, Xinghe asked, will you come home and meet my parents with me? Her face turned crimson. A confession? Isn't this too fast? After a moment, she shyly agreed. I'll do it. But suddenly, a loud commotion broke the tension, leaving Xing completely stunned. Two men appeared with a crowd. Maids, office ladies, and models lined up before them. Master, pick any of them. They're all your new girlfriends. He grinned, waiting for his reward. Surprised? Happy? The Taoist added. We searched the whole city to find these beauties for you. Xinghe's soul nearly left his body. You idiots, you've completely ruined me, he screamed internally. Wan Qiu's eyes flared with rage. So, you asked them to find all these girls for you? Facing her cold, suffocating aura, the main character panicked, desperately denying his crimes as his heart nearly stopped. His disciple, Dao Tu-min, remained oblivious and asked Miss Vu to help the master find a suitable bride. Van Thu's rage erupted like a volcano. So it is a beauty pageant today? Fine. I will help you choose. The main character froze as the temperature dropped. His disciple quickly explained it was just a fake ruse. He only needed a temporary girlfriend for his parents. Van Thu stood there, completely stunned by this ridiculous plan. You misunderstood, the main character pleaded. My dad is forcing me, but I didn't expect this massive crowd. The truth finally clicked for Van Thursday. So when you invited me home, you wanted a fake girlfriend? He gave a sheepish grin, confirming her fears. Exactly. If you help me, I will be in your debt, she sighed, feeling foolish for her secret hopes. I see. I should not have come. She turned away. He gave chase, but she vanished into her car and ordered the driver to leave him behind immediately. As she drove away, he sighed. Why was she so furious? Suddenly, a familiar voice called his name. It was the Great Master. The caller was none other than Lam Tin, looking at him with deep sadness. Seeing her, he was shocked. Lam Tin? Why are you here? Before he could speak, she began her accusations. So the Great Master already has a girlfriend? He scratched his head, grinning awkwardly while trying to explain everything. But she cut him off. I came to say goodbye. I am signing a contract with the agency. The main character gripped her hand, desperate to stop her. Are you mad? That world is a dangerous pit. She refused to look at him, justifying her choice. If I become a star, maybe I will be worthy of you. She turned away, hiding her tears. Goodbye, Brother Tin Ha. She left him standing in the cold wind. Watching her vanish, he sighed deeply. Silly girl. The next day, he drove his car down the road. As he drove, his mind raced with worry. How could he face his parents alone without a bride? He imagined the worst-case scenario. If they knew he had no girl but plenty of gold, would they care? Soon, he arrived. Stepping out, he gasped at the landscape. 6 months away had changed his home completely. Carrying gifts, he opened the door and shouted, Dad, I am back. But a strange silence filled the air. Suddenly, Dao Tu-min appeared, frantically chasing a chicken. Everything was moving way too fast for the master. They collided and fell in a heap. The disciple scrambled up, awkwardly apologizing for the accidental physical contact. The main character did not care about the fall. Dao Tu-min, why on earth are you at my house? The disciple grabbed his hand and pulled him inside. Master, come quick. You are not the only guest here. In one of the rooms, Luthwan and the immortal master were arguing loudly over the art of cooking. Do you even know how to wrap dumplings? The high-ranking chairman boasted he could do anything with his power. Seeing the chaotic scene of flying feathers and flour, the main character was paralyzed by the sheer shock. "Why are all of you here?" he yelled. His disciple chuckled, explaining they did not want him to be alone. But the biggest shock was yet to come. "Miss Vu Van Thu is also here," the disciple whispered. In the parlor, his parents were treating Van Thu with intense hospitality. "Drink some water, dear. How old are you?" She shyly answered that she was 25, working at the 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆 company back in her home county. Getting the answers she wanted, his mother pressed on. "Will you live with us or alone after the wedding?" Van Thu answered submissively. "I can accept either. It mostly depends on what Tin Ha thinks is best." This made his mother even more excited. "How many kids do you want? A boy or a girl?" Van Thu gave the perfect response, while the main character watched from behind the door, completely speechless and horrified. He was watching them treat her like a daughter-in-law. His parents whispered, "She is perfect. Truly a great girl." They sat down to finalize the plan. "Let us pick a lucky day for them to get married right now. I will find the village priest tomorrow." But Dao Tumin appeared instantly, claiming there was no need. The two legendary masters declared together, "We are the greatest Taoist priests in the entire land of China." They sat on the ground and began their divine calculations, reading the stars and the destiny of the couple. They stood up and proclaimed, "May 5th is the wedding day. By next year, you will have a grandson." His mother's eyes sparkled like stars as she grabbed Van Thu's hand. "Did you hear that? Our destiny is set. Xinghe and Wanchu are a match made in heaven." Despite their enthusiasm, she politely insists on hearing Xinghe's opinion first. Witnessing the chaos, Xinghe feels helpless. These two are real troublemakers. Ignoring her words, the parents continue their frantic planning. "Old man, our daughter-in-law is so precious. We must prepare a massive dowry for her." His father agrees instantly. "Agreed. We have no savings, so let them take the house if they must. Anything for their happiness." Xinghe's mother brings out a small box. "I've saved a bit of money. Take it. It's useless sitting here anyway. Xing has only worked for a few years and likely has nothing. We cannot treat the girl's family poorly." Standing behind the wall, Xinghe is deeply moved. His parents have struggled for a lifetime, yet they still worry for him. "Forgive me, father, mother. I am so unfilial. I can no longer continue this lie." With a heavy heart, he steps out. "Mom, Dad," he calls out. His mother beams with joy. "Xinghe, you're finally back." Xinghe strokes his chin, hesitating. "Actually, Wanchu and I." Sensing something is wrong, his mother's heart skips a beat. Suddenly, she collapses. Xinghe rushes to her side in a panic. "Mother, wake up, please." Wanchu is equally terrified. His father sighs, adjusting his glasses. "It's my fault." She gets too excited and her chronic illness flares up again. The immortal master strokes his beard. "Sovereign, bring her inside. Let your disciples see if they can heal her." Seeing a glimmer of hope, he agrees. "I'm in your debt, immortal." But then a massive explosion rocks the entire house. What was that? The ground trembles violently. The peace of the home is shattered by a thunderous roar. It's an ambush. Xingchen and his mother have brought an excavator to level the family home to the ground. The aunt sneers with pure arrogance. "Second uncle, have you decided? Are you moving out or not?" Xingchen shouts, "We all have a share in this land. You can't just keep it for yourselves." Xinghe's father rushes out, desperate to reason with them. "Xingchen, we had a deal. Just pay us a fair price." Hearing the commotion, Wanchu runs out. Seeing her future father-in-law being bullied, she steps in to intervene. The old woman snarls at the little girl. "Who are you? By what right do you meddle in our business?" Wanchu remains calm and dignified. "My name is Wanchu. I am Xinghe's fiancée and the future daughter-in-law here. I am the future mistress of this household. Therefore, I am not an outsider." Xinghe's cousin is stunned by her performance. "Wow, Miss Wan is quite the actress. I can't tell if she's joking." Furious, Aunt Lee screams, "So what if you're family? I'm not afraid of any of you. This project belongs to Director Quash of Zhengxing Company. Even the police won't dare stop us now." With a wicked grin, he orders the excavator. "Destroy it! Level this entire place to the ground right now." The operator, just following orders, swings the massive metal arm. The roof begins to crack and buckle. Meanwhile, inside the room, Xinghe and the old masters are fighting to save his mother's life. Xing pulls out a life source pill. "Immortal, will this divine medicine work for her?" The old man's eyes widen in shock. "Incredible. This legendary treasure will definitely work wonders." His disciple, 𝑷𝒉𝒐𝒏𝒆, is awestruck. As expected of the master, to possess such a rare and divine pill, the immortal places the pill in her mouth. "Rest easy, master. With this, your mother will recover in no time." Suddenly, debris falls from the ceiling. A massive hole appears above them as the house begins to shake. It's time for Xing to act. He leaves his mother in the master's care and storms outside with fury. Outside, Wanchu is desperately trying to block the machines. But Xinghe's father, fearing for her, stops her. Don't get hurt, Wanchu. Let them have the house. But the bullies only grow more aggressive. Aunt Li shoves Wanchu aside. Fortunately, Xinghe arrives just in time to catch her in his protective embrace. His eyes blaze with cold, murderous intent. So, you really want to demolish my home, don't you? Xingchen mocks him, but Xinghe delivers a final warning. This place is sacred. Touch it, and heaven will strike. Aunt Li laughs hysterically. Stop playing ghost, Xinghe. I'm not some fool who falls for your cheap tricks. She doesn't realize her fate is sealed. Xinghe quickly sends a message to the gods of the three realms. His phone glows with a divine command. Which deity can summon the wind, rain, and heavenly thunder? The payment? One modern smartphone. Immediately, the celestial master Zhang sends a reply. Wind, rain, and thunder follow heaven's mandate. You think a mere phone can bribe the gods? Xinghe smirks. Our main character wonders why these immortals are suddenly acting so serious. Even Sun Wukong is preaching about principles. Erlang Shen begins judging the Monkey King, sparking a legendary divine argument while our hero watches helplessly. He realizes these gods are just faking their dignity. They are clearly addicted to their modern smartphones. Wukong messaged him, summoning storms as child's play for the great sage. Our hero is skeptical. He questions if weather control is Wukong's job. The Monkey King smirks, mentioning his powerful divine artifacts. As the excavator reaches his gates, a sudden violent gale erupts. The driver begins to panic instantly. The greedy Lai family is stunned. Could our main character's warning actually be a divine prophecy? Keep going, it's just wind. The arrogant mother screams, forcing the trembling worker to stay put. Before he can move, a devastating bolt of lightning strikes the machine. The driver flees in terror. I'm done. No amount of money is worth dying for, he screams, running for his life. The Lai family is shaken, but their pride won't let them back down against our invincible protagonist. To save face, the old woman shouts one last threat. Just wait. I'll find a feng shui master. With those final words, they retreat like cowards. Meanwhile, Jing. His father is sensing something strange. His son's power seems to be growing more mysterious every day, leaving the old man deeply worried. Since their home was damaged, our hero takes his parents to a high-end luxury hotel immediately. His mother worries about the cost, but for our wealthy protagonist, money is no longer an issue. He plans to book 4 rooms, but suddenly, the beautiful Van Thu makes a shocking suggestion. She proposes they share a single room. Jing, his face turns bright red as his heart races. His mind descends into a storm of wild, romantic fantasies about what might happen that night. Tonight, I'm on top and you're on the bottom, she says. His imagination goes completely off the rails. He thinks he's finally getting lucky, but the reality is far more soul-crushing for our poor hero. Van Thu isn't being bold, she's just handing him a pillow and pointing to the cold floor. On top meant the bed for her, while he gets stuck sleeping on the hard ground below. His dreams of romance are shattered. He feels utterly defeated as she heads to the shower first. Despite his disappointment, his perverted thoughts refuse to die down as he hears the water running. He tries to resist the urge to peek, his face turning into that of a total opportunist. He accidentally slams into a lamp, finally snapping back to his senses and scolding his inner pervert. Stay calm, Jinghe. She isn't that kind of girl, he tells himself, desperately seeking a distraction. He decides to message the Immortals. Those old perverts surely have a way to calm his racing heart. He asks Celestial Master Zhang for a pill to make his mind as calm as still water. The master laughs, knowing exactly what's going through our hero's dirty mind. Thinking of something naughty? Jing. He lies immediately, claiming he just wants to focus on his cultivation and legendary studies. The scheming old man agrees to trade a pill for another smartphone, but he has a hidden agenda. With a sinister smirk, the master sends a pill that looks anything but normal or calming. Our hero notices the strange aura, but swallows it anyway, desperate to extinguish his inner fire. Inside the bathroom, Van Thu wonders if she's being too cold to him lately. A sudden thought crosses her mind. Maybe she should give him a special chance tonight? The idea makes her blush furiously, and she quickly dismisses it out of pure maidenly embarrassment. No, what am I thinking? She stammers, trying to wash away her own wicked thoughts. Meanwhile, our hero is in trouble. His body is burning up instead of calming down. He was tricked. That old master is a total schemer who never intended to help him. His desire is exploding. He frantically asks the master if he sent the wrong medicine. Of course he did. Jing. He is fuming as he realizes he's been given a special booster. The master chuckles. It's a gift, a pill for peak male vitality and ultimate yin-yang harmony. Our hero realizes his night is about to get much more complicated than he ever imagined. That aphrodisiac was the real deal. Tin-Ha sprinted outside before his desires overwhelmed his logic with Van Thu right there. Emerging from her bath, she called out for him to share the bed, but Tin-Ha had already vanished into the night. Afraid of his own racing heart, he hid behind a distant tree, gasping for air when familiar voices caught his ear. It was Lee Tin-Thon and his mother whispering in the shadows. Tin-Ha leaned in to catch their desperate conversation. "Second uncle, I've learned my lesson." The duo was actually kneeling in the dirt begging the main character's parents for mercy. They never expected the Taoist masters to be Director Kwok's close friends. They were terrified of the consequences now. Hidden in the bushes, Tin-Ha smirked. His two old disciples certainly worked fast, handling these family pests with ease. His kind parents quickly relented, urging the pair to stand. "We are family, after all," his father sighed. "I will overlook this once, but don't test my patience again." The villains bowed repeatedly, trembling with relief. In another bush, the two masters were gloating. "Do you think Master will reward us?" 𝑷𝒉𝒐𝒏𝒆 asked with hope. "A student's duty needs no thanks," the other replied. Suddenly, Tin-Ha appeared behind them with a terrifying, icy smile. "Who says I won't reward you?" He was ready for revenge because they dared to drug him earlier that night. "Master, a wedding night is worth gold. Why are you out walking?" They teased him with shameless, playful grins. "That was fast. Need some stamina pills?" Tin-Ha was fuming but knew their help deserved a proper reward. He tossed them a pre-heaven pill. The two masters' eyes glowed as they realized the value of this divine gift. The next morning at the hotel, Van Thu's frantic voice woke him. "Tin-Ha, your parents and the masters have disappeared." She checked the lobby, only to find everyone had already checked out. Tin-Ha rubbed his eyes while checking his phone. He found a message from his father. "You two must be exhausted from last night. We didn't want to disturb your rest. We went to On Nam with the masters." Tin-Ha groaned at his parents' blatant matchmaking and called 𝑷𝒉𝒐𝒏𝒆. He demanded to know where they were. The old master laughed. "Master, we are at Nam Tro Manor," with a surprise. Tin-Ha paused. Nam Trio Manor was the elite villa district where a single home cost over 1 million yuan. He told Van Thu they were moving out. "I'll drop you at the office and then go find my meddling parents." Upon arrival, his mother looked panicked. "Tin-Ha, where did this money come from?" "What have you been doing, son?" His father added. "Don't do anything illegal. We are too afraid to even step inside such a grand palace." Tin-Ha reassured them with a fake story about winning a massive lottery before his parents could ask more questions. He then scolded his disciples. "Are you insane? How am I supposed to explain owning a luxury mansion?" 𝑷𝒉𝒐𝒏𝒆 just laughed. "This house is worthless compared to the divine pill you gave us, dear master. Director Kwok owned the land and practically gave it away just to build a bridge to our powerful sect." Tin-Ha realized his parents deserved this luxury after their long struggle. He decided to pay the director back later. Suddenly, he sensed a strange, chilling aura. He told his parents to wait while he investigated the source of the power. Inside, he found 𝒉𝒐𝒏𝒆 playing on her phone. "I sent your spirits to hell," she said with a smirk, "but I didn't expect you to hide two beautiful female ghosts in your own home. Explain yourself." Tin-Ha explained they were victims seeking justice. "I am only giving them a temporary place to stay." 𝒉𝒏𝒆 was stubborn and prepared to drag them to the underworld. Tin-Ha stood his ground to protect his guests, but she was incredibly fast, catching Tin-Ha off guard. She instantly tied him to the ceiling like a toy. Tin-Ha realized she was a high-ranking underworld official. Instead of a pointless fight, he decided to use a bribe. "Let's make a deal. I'll give you this smartphone and a private lesson if you let them stay here temporarily." The lure of modern technology worked. 𝒉𝒏𝒆 was intrigued but kept her cold, professional Reaper face on. Tin-Ha taught her WeChat and the basics of social media. She was fascinated by the mortal world's gadgets. Then she asked for the Spirit Board app. Tin-Ha was stunned. "What kind of app is the Spirit Board?" "It's the underworld's social network," she explained. "We use it for missions, earning merit points, and online shopping." Tin-Ha realized this was the underworld version of the Heaven Secret Board. A new digital path to power had appeared. He helped her set up a friend list and explored the mysterious marketplace where souls traded forbidden items and secrets. 𝒉𝒏𝒆's cold attitude began to melt as she scrolled through the newsfeed of the afterlife for the very first time. The main character smirked, knowing that even death itself couldn't resist the addictive pull of a high-tech smartphone. 𝒉𝒏𝒆 looked confused. How did this mortal know the heavenly secrets? Ha grinned. "My shop got struck by lightning and a Thor wannabe appeared. That is how I learned of the heavenly list." 𝒉𝒏𝒆 doubted him. The path to heaven was severed. How could a god descend now? She took her new phone and soared away, thanking the mysterious shopkeeper. Suddenly, Ha's phone rang. It was the great sage, Sun Wukong. Ha's eyes sparkled. The Monkey King had a legendary gift for him. Wukong had looted Lao Tzu's palace and swiped a god-tier manual. Ha jumped for joy. He needed that power to transcend his limits. The main character calculated. Anything Wukong stole must be world-shaking. He was stuck at the prenatal stage and desperately needed a breakthrough. Wukong wanted more smartphones for his brothers, Pigsy and Sandy. Ha agreed instantly. The great sage truly valued his brotherhood. The heaven-shattering art arrived. But then, a high-level mission popped up. In Annam City, souls were being completely erased from existence. Ha was furious. Someone was committing a crime against the heavens. He tried to accept, but the quest was already snatched away. The black and white impermanence reapers had beaten him to it. Even the underworld was competitive. Ha set off to investigate regardless. He found a female corpse. The air reeked of heavy alcohol. There were no wounds. Her internal organs were perfectly fine. There was no logical cause of death. This was supernatural. Suddenly, mysterious paper cranes swarmed the area from nowhere. Ha shouted into the shadows, daring the hidden enemy to show. Something tripped him. He nearly fell face first onto the cold ground. He scoffed. You think a simple rope can bind a master? Suddenly, electricity surged. The rope fried him until he screamed. Who is there? A white-haired girl emerged from the darkness. She called the Reapers. It was the handsome guy from before. The Reapers were angry about their lost bonuses and blamed Ha. Ha realized the situation. These Reapers were framing him for murder. The girl praised the spirit-binding rope. It had Ha completely trapped. The Reapers sneered. Soon, his soul would be dragged to hell. Ha felt his consciousness fading. This cursed rope was no joke. He was on the verge of a forced soul extraction. The girl hesitated. Taking a living soul violated the underworld laws. The Reapers didn't care. They just wanted the credit and rewards. If they labeled Ha a killer, their year-end bonus would double. The girl floated closer, teasing Ha. It is time for hell. Ha broke into a cold sweat. He needed a desperate plan. Let me send one last text as a final will, he pleaded. The Reapers laughed and allowed it. Ha smirked. Fingers flying. Suddenly, a notification exploded on the Heavenly Secrets forum topic. Ha exposed the Reapers for kidnapping a living soul and corruption. The entire immortal world began bashing the two greedy Reapers online. The Reapers of the underworld were losing their minds. If this post reached the King of Hell, their heads would roll. A mysterious girl trembled in shock. Little did she know, she was facing the legendary river god, Li Xing himself. Xinghe just flashed a wicked, playful grin. Sorry, but this river god isn't someone you can easily push around, you know? The origin of the Earth Spirit Board didn't matter. What mattered was his freedom, and he held the ultimate leverage. Release me now, and I'll delete the post. I'm just a simple businessman. Definitely not some cold-blooded murderer. The Reapers fumed with helpless rage. They had no choice but to trust this arrogant mortal just this once. The next afternoon, a blaring alarm shattered Xing's deep slumber. He had accidentally slept through half the entire day. He panicked, remembering his promise to take Van Qiu home. Meeting the parents was supposed to be the main mission. Suddenly, a threatening text arrived from the underworld brat, Qin Vivi. If you go anywhere else, your girlfriend pays the price. Xinghe knew he couldn't let a spirit thug roam free. He needed a way to protect his precious Van Qiu immediately. He messaged the 100 Flowers Fairy. I need a beautiful divine artifact to repel evil. Something perfect for a gentle girl. The fairy teased him instantly. So, the young master wants a gift to woo a lady? How very romantic of you. Just help me out, fairy. I promise to pay you back handsomely with our next big technology deal. She sent him a celestial hair needle. Within 3 meters, no demon or ghost would dare to even draw breath. Xing was beyond grateful. Thank you, fairy. I'll double your sales commission on every smartphone sold next month. Meanwhile, at the Li household, Van Qiu was charming his parents. His mother was already treating her like a daughter. If Xinghe ever mistreats you, just tell us. We will personally teach that boy a lesson he will never forget. Van Qiu blushed, showing off the stunning hair needle. Actually, Xing has been so kind and thoughtful to me lately, Mom beamed, offering a fried rabbit meatball. Eat up, dear. These are Xing's absolute favorite snacks from his childhood. Van Qiu froze, waving it away in a panic. She couldn't bring herself to eat such a poor, innocent creature. Inside, she was weeping. How could anyone cook such a cute bunny? The mere thought was breaking her heart. Suddenly, an unnatural icy gale swept through the house. Mom shivered and told Dad to turn off the air conditioner. Dad was baffled. I haven't even touched the remote. Why are you always blaming everything on me, woman? Xinghe's heart dropped. Qin Vivi was standing right behind Van Chu, invisible and radiating a terrifying, murderous chill. Livid. Xinghe sent a mental warning. We're having a peaceful family dinner. Don't you dare ruin this moment, you brat. If you want to talk business, wait until I return to the shop. Back off before things get ugly. Vivi sneered maliciously. Too busy flirting to notice me? Fine, I won't let you enjoy this meal in peace. As she reached for Van Chu, the celestial hair needle flared with divine lightning, shocking Vivi right back. Stunned and annoyed, the young lady ghost vanished. Fine. I'll go find some real fun elsewhere. Enjoy your dinner. The warmth returned, but the food was now stone cold. Mom felt terrible that the special meal was ruined. Van Chu just smiled gracefully. It's okay. Let me reheat it. You two should sit back and just relax. Xing's eyes burned with resolve. It was finally time to show that brat Vivi who truly ruled the shop. Back at the store, he found Vivi aggressively playing on a smartphone, cursing his name with every single tap. You finally showed up. Do you have any idea how long I've been waiting here for you, you jerk? Xinghe walked in with a chilling, silent calm. I just took a long walk. Do you know why, Vivi? His voice turned lethal. To suppress my overwhelming urge to kill you. Vivi felt his powerful aura and shuddered. Before she could move, Xinghe bound her tightly with spiritual energy. Hey, that's cheating. Let me go this instant. Enough games. Tell me why you're really here. Or, this spiritual bond is never coming off. Vivi's expression turned grim. Are you the monster behind the disappearance of all those young maiden souls lately? Xing was genuinely shocked. You actually suspect me? I'm a tech dealer, not some soul-stealing demon from hell. The Reapers already reported you. The underworld is sending executioners to end your mortal lifespan tonight. Xinghe's world spun in chaos. Why me? Doesn't the underworld bother to investigate anything before sending the Reapers? He realized it must be the Blood Soul sect's doing. It's that bastard Vohai. He's the one framing me. He turned to Vivi, desperately pleading for help. You have to tell them the truth. Please, help me clear my name. Vivi just sighed with pity. I tried, but they won't listen. You better start writing your final will, Xing. Xinghe panicked. Was his legendary journey ending before he could even marry or enjoy his newfound riches? He couldn't die now. He had parents to honor and a life of luxury still waiting for him. Suddenly, Vivi burst into uncontrollable laughter. I fooled you, Li Xing. So even a master fears death? Annoyed by her prank, Xinghe fumed. He truly wanted to teach this mischievous girl a lesson right then. Life and death are no joke, he snapped. Vivi just shrugged, preparing to make her quick escape. I've had my fun. See you for tea later, she teased before vanishing into the city streets. Moments later, a call came from the heiress, 2T. She was driving, her voice filled with excitement. Xinghe, there's a prestigious jewelry gala tomorrow. Grandfather wants you to accompany me as our special guest. Jewelry? Sorry, but my tech shop is having a major sale. Business before pleasure, Tuthi. Tuthi screamed in frustration as he hung up. How dare that man reject an invitation from me? Then, a cryptic message arrived from Captain Trong. Master Li, a new lead has surfaced. We need you. Xinghe arrived at the precinct, finding the captain mid-interrogation with a very peculiar, trembling female witness. Can you describe the attacker? Truong asked. The woman just writhed in her seat, acting strangely distressed. I was too terrified. Everything went black, she cried out. The captain sighed, his patience wearing thin. He ordered his men to take her home to recover, but her reaction was immediate and visceral. No, don't send me back, I'm scared. She clung to the chair until she noticed Xing's arrival. Truong whispered the grim details. The victim's soul was nearly extracted, a dark, supernatural technique beyond normal comprehension. The witness claimed total memory loss, yet her eyes scanned Xing with a hidden, predatory curiosity. She thought to herself, so this is the man the police fear? I'll have some fun with him. I want this handsome brother to take me home, she chirped, grabbing Xinghe's arm with sparkling eyes. Behave yourself. This is a police station, not a dating agency. Captain Trong barked at her antics. Surprisingly, Xinghe agreed. I'll take her. Perhaps I can uncover the clues her trauma is hiding. Truong nodded in relief. If you're with her, I can finally rest easy tonight. Be careful, Xinghe. Back at her apartment, the atmosphere shifted. Care to come inside for a little? Private tour, master? Xinghe didn't hesitate. He stepped in and immediately pinned her down, his gaze sharp and cold. You're so rough, brother, she giggled. But Xinghe wasn't playing. Enough games. Who did you see? She played the victim again, stammering about her fear while secretly mocking his efforts in her mind. Try all you want, master. You won't get a single word out of me, she smirked internally. Xinghe realized her mental blocks were intentional. If you won't remember willingly, I'll force your soul to. He activated a divine soul technique. Spiritual energy surged, overwhelming her senses and shattering her mental walls. Her eyes glazed over. Master, I await your command, she droned, her free will completely suppressed. Even in her daze, she was horrified. Why was her body calling this stranger its absolute master? Using the spirit tome's hypnotic power, Xinghe commanded her to draw the face of the mysterious attacker. She obeyed instantly, her hand moving with unnatural precision until the terrifying portrait was finally complete. It was Li Hai. Suddenly, Xinghe sensed a massive wave of qi emanating from the city center. He immediately called 𝒂𝒐𝒐𝒐. That jewelry gala. What time does the red carpet event actually start? At a towering skyscraper, the elite gathered. Welcome everyone to the city's most prestigious emerald exhibition. Please welcome the titan of industry, Chairman Duong Hung Nu, to the stage for the opening keynote. The chairman stood tall. Tonight isn't just about gems. It's about the future of our great city. Xinghe watched from the shadows, realizing this gala was a front for a massive supernatural power play. Why is your grandfather personally hosting this? Xinghe whispered to a very surprised 𝒂𝒐𝒐𝒐 nearby. It's the Jewelry Association elections, she explained. This exhibition determines who will rule the city's economy. Rivals like Director Ha and Director Nu were all vying for the throne of the prestigious association. Success depended on the rarity of the treasures presented tonight. The tension in the room was suffocating. Just as 𝒂𝒐𝒐𝒐 finished, a sharp, mocking voice interrupted. Well, if it isn't, the little Duong heiress. So, the Tang Group's heiress has arrived? It turns out she's Ha Vin. Alongside her is 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒐𝒏𝒆, daughter of the powerful 𝑰𝒎𝒎𝒏𝒆 Hung Duke. They spot Star River and freeze. Isn't he the viral legend, the great god, Ha? Xiaoxi smirks, introducing them. This is the jewel of the Ha family, Vin, and the elite socialite Chan. They are the twin princesses of this city. Vin sneers, mocking the Tang family for hiring internet celebrities to sell jewelry. She thinks their business is failing, but Xiaoxi is ready to strike back. God Ha is a legend. His influence combined with our jewels creates pure perfection. It's a match made in heaven. A commoner like you could never understand. Infuriated, Vin screams, I'll crush the Tang Group at this very exhibition. Don't think your family is so special. We will be the ones standing at the top. Xiaoxi remains unfazed. We're just that talented. Cry about it if you want. Star River slips away, thinking 3 women are louder than a crowded market square. He senses a massive surge of spiritual qi. He must find the source immediately. He finds a mysterious blue orb radiating an ancient and powerful mystical energy. It's coming from this stone. He begins absorbing the thick essence into his body. His cultivation explodes, instantly breaking through to the late prenatal realm. What a haul. Suddenly, Vin catches him. God, huh? Why are you sneaking around our treasure? He panics and covers her mouth. Wait, don't scream, I can explain everything. I heard your family had a god-tier treasure. I just couldn't resist a peek. She narrows her eyes. Aren't you one of Xiaoxi's little followers? She asks. He whispers smoothly. Me? Her person? She's far too arrogant to appreciate me. Unlike you, Miss Ha, you're elegant, breathtaking, and so incredibly down to earth. Her heart skips a beat. Are you praising me? Am I really better than her? Absolutely. Since I walked in, my heart has been blooming like a flower. Curiously, she asks what flower. He turns back with a charming, lethal smirk. A rose, as stunning as you. He delivers a flirtatious strike to her heart. She's stunned but skeptical. You think these cheesy lines work on me? I've seen simps. He's surprised by her sharp wit. This situation is getting more tense by the second. She leans in close. Keep talking. If you entertain me, I might let you go. The exhibition officially begins. The first masterpiece is from the Nui Group's collection. Star River is sweating. He hasn't finished absorbing the qi. He needs a distraction. He activates ultimate Riz mode. It's time to unleash the most shameless sweet talk. I didn't come for jewels, he coos. I came for your peerless, radiant beauty. I'm not drunk on wine. I'm intoxicated by your presence, my dear Miss Ha. Every path I took today led me straight to one destination, your heart. Vin is overwhelmed with joy. She's never heard such soul-stirring praise before. Fine, I'll forgive you. He finally escapes that demoness and heads back out. Finally free, he mutters. Suddenly, the MC announces the Tang Group's grand finale. It is the legendary Ascension painting by the ancient Grandmaster Wu Daozi himself. Legend says he met a real immortal and painted the scene of their ascension. They say after studying this painting, the master himself ascended to the heavens. Star River gazes at it. If this is real, it's a priceless divine artifact. Suddenly, the figure in the painting opens its eyes and stares directly at him. The host continues the intro, unaware that the legend is coming to life right now. Spiritual energy surged. Everything shifted. Another dimension? The painting's immortal appeared. Trapped? Finally, a successor, he spoke. Stay and cultivate. The scenery was divine. No, I prefer the mortal world. The immortal roared. You can't leave. Tin Ha panicked. Was he imprisoned? He escaped. Consciousness returned instantly. Mercy, Senior. 𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒆 was baffled. The scroll? It had vanished completely. What scroll? The exhibition is starting. An illusion? The grand treasure arrived. Behold the masterpiece, the host announced. Will the Ha family dominate today? Can this rock beat the painting? A common stone? The crowd mocked. 𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒆 worried about the outcome. A hidden purple jade? Tin Ha smirked. Ancestors blessed this Myanmar stone. 70% success chance. 𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒆 tremble. Tin Ha laughed. He drained it. The saw roared. Empty rock inside. The world watched. The jade failed. 𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒆 prayed. Tin Ha stayed calm. No luck. It was just trash. Impossible. The owner turned deathly pale. A scam? There is nothing inside. He cut again. Total failure. Ruined. Why? Experts promised a miracle stone. Selling this rock for pennies now? Shut up! 𝒉𝒏 screamed, humiliated. She glared. Did Tin Ha sabotage? Tin Ha celebrated with Patriarch Tang. Can I have that painting now? It's yours. You saved my life. Tin Ha offered a divine pill. A Xiantian pill for you, elder. Meridians cleared. Pure power flowed instantly. Divine medicine. Truly a priceless gift. A text. Soul-snatching lead found. Hurry. Duty calls. I'll be back soon. He rushed out, leaving the painting. He's dead. 𝒉𝒏 plotted murder. His supercar roared toward the meeting. A girl appeared, waving for help. Hey handsome, give me a ride. It'll be worth your while. Despite her beauty, our protagonist coldly refuses. Sorry, I'm busy. But as Tin Ha speeds away, his rearview mirror reveals a terrifying sight. She opens fire, bullets rain down as Tin Ha swerves, only to face a much deadlier ambush. A massive truck slams into him. His car is sent hurtling off the bridge into the dark abyss. In a heartbeat, he leaps to safety. But the crazed assassin continues her relentless, murderous barrage of lead. Such pathetic speed. Tin Ha vanishes, delivering a devastating kick before lunging toward the hidden truck driver. Who sent you? Facing death, the driver trembles and confesses. It was the prestigious Ha family. Rage boils within Tin Ha, but the driver suddenly surges forward, trying to drag him into the river. News headlines explode. A Mercedes and a truck have both plummeted into the depths of the river. The wreckage is found. Rescue teams recover 2 bodies, leaving the city in a state of absolute shock. Van Thu collapses in terror. That's Tin Ha's car. She desperately dials his number, praying for an answer. No one picks up. Has the invincible Tin Ha finally met his end? Meanwhile, he's gasping for air. Drenched and exhausted, Tin Ha collapses on the shore. He checks his phone with trembling, weakened hands. No signal. Van Thu must be worried sick. He pushes forward toward the location Tan Anan mentioned. He finds her perched on a cliffside. Anan. But as she turns, her eyes look hauntingly vacant. Why are you here? She asks coldly. Tin Ha is stunned. You said you found the missing souls. I lied. Just go home. Tin Ha freezes. This isn't her. Something dark has taken control of her. Her voice is hollow and strange. Tin Ha, I'm sorry you wasted your time coming all this way. The sudden shift in her personality is jarring. A chilling realization hits him like a bolt of lightning. She's being manipulated. As he rushes to save her, she screams, "Stay back! Don't come any closer." An invisible force halts him. Suddenly, massive spirit vines erupt, hoisting her high into the air. It's a trap. Tin Ha growls as the villainous Vu Hai emerges from the shadows with a sneer. Run, Tin Ha. Forget about me, she cries. Vu Hai mocks. Can you really abandon this jade beauty? Vu Hai, you spineless coward, Tin Ha snarls, realizing he has walked straight into a deadly killing formation. The vines tighten their grip. This is the forbidden withered tree Yin ruins array, a soul-crushing trap. Give up. Vuhai laughs. Even a Xiantian realm master couldn't dream of breaking my divine array. Walk away now, or face a fate worse than death. Vuhai's eyes gleam with murderous, arrogant intent. Run, Tananan screams. I'm a reaper from the underworld. He won't dare to kill me. Tinha smirks. Threatening me with such amateur tricks? You've clearly underestimated the power I truly possess. He pulls out his secret weapon. The Firely pill. Using wood to trap me? I'll burn it. Crimson flames explode. Vuhai recoils as his unbreakable array begins to crumble into piles of ash. Impossible. Mortal fire can't burn my formation. Where did he get such a terrifying divine power? The array shatters. Tinha catches the falling An. Are you hurt? He asks with genuine concern. Who told you to save me? She snaps. As a proud underworld agent, her ego is deeply wounded. I had a plan to catch him. Now you've ruined everything. Tinha can only sigh in disbelief. So this is how you thank your savior? Unbelievable. Yet, seeing her fiery temper brings him relief. This sharp-tongued woman is the real Tananan. Go worry about your mortal girlfriend instead, she huffs. She vanishes into the night. Tinha's expression suddenly darkens as a terrifying realization finally strikes him. Van Thu. He still hasn't heard from her. A cold dread washes over him as he races back. At the villa, Van Thu is frantic. Every unanswered call feels like another nail in his coffin. Is he really gone? She sobs. Suddenly, a chilling voice whispers. Are you looking for Li Tinha? Tinha bursts through his front door. The house is eerily silent, the entrance left wide open. Master, save us, his servants cry, pointing toward the living room where Vuhai sits, grinning wickedly. There hangs Van Thu, suspended in midair. Seeing her, Tinha's murderous killing intent explodes like never before. Tinha, you're alive, she cries. But Tinha's eyes are fixed on the man who crossed the line. This starry-eyed beauty is your woman? Her allure is intoxicating. Release her, Vuhai. Our blood feud is personal. Release her, and I might grant your wish. Name your price. My cultivation secrets? I figured as much. A mere mortal 3 months ago, now a grandmaster? Only a divine manual explains this. Give me the secret, or her life ends. Fine. Her safety for my secret. I'll surrender everything. Xing, don't. If he gains more power, the slaughter will never end. Behold the source. My supreme power stems from this mobile device. A phone? Do you take me for a fool? I'll slaughter her this instant. I speak the truth. A mysterious software manifested, and when I opened its digital gates, a white-bearded sage emerged from the screen, declaring me his sole divine successor. Can such a miracle exist? If you doubt me, gaze into the screen yourself. Deceiving me? I'm the Grandmaster of Deception. Heaven-shattering art. First form. Defy the heavens. Xinghe finally pulled Van Thu into his embrace. You dare play me for a fool? I deal in honest trades. But a monster like you, Vuhai, deserves no mercy. Van Thu, run, alert the authorities. Today, our fates are sealed in blood. Vuhai roared, unleashing a tide of vengeful souls. Your arrogance ends here. Die. Heaven-shattering art. Second form. Celestial war. A legion of ghosts descends. How many lives did you harvest? Restless souls. I shall grant you your final vengeance. Third form. World tremor. With one strike, his very life essence began to wither. I'm from the Xianwu clan. Kill me and face annihilation. Earth immortal? Rot in hell. Xinghe didn't hesitate. Miles away, a soul tablet cracked, signaling a master's fall. Find the culprit responsible. Meanwhile, Vuhai lay broken like a discarded doll. This divine bell is mine now. Xiaofeng rushed over. Boss, are you hurt? You're just in time. Handle the cleanup and haul this trash to the bureau. Xinghe turned to Von Thursday. Are you all right? She was trembling with pure terror. He drew her close. Fear not. Under my protection, no one can harm you. It's not me I fear for. I thought that crash had taken you forever. Forgive me. Just stay in my arms. I'm afraid you'll vanish if I blink. I won't go anywhere. Beneath her iron exterior lay a heart of fragile glass. Promise me, Xing. No more secrets. Let me face the storms by your side. I swear it. Your tears end here. Now, let's get you to safety. No car needed. I'll manage. Xing has sensed a familiar ghost lurking in the shadows. I'm returning to the realm of death. Not even a hint of sadness, Xing, not a bit. Peace and quiet at last. Careful, or I'll haunt your dreams. What's this? Ying-Ying's eyes widened at two mysterious scrolls on the desk. Don't touch them. But curiosity won. She unfurled the silk, and the world warped. Suddenly, they were cast into a boundless emerald realm. Xinghe collided right into her. You pervert, taking advantage of me. I did no such thing. Fine, I'm leaving. What secrets dwell within this ink? Suddenly, the great immortal Dai appeared. Little friend, our paths cross once more. Accept this as my humble apology. Senior, what is the meaning of this? Behold, the legendary mountain and river map, a relic of the gods themselves. Without its protection, my soul would be dust. The mountain and river map? So the legends were misnamed by the mortals. If this is a divine world, why is this land so pitifully small? It holds the vast cosmos within. Your cultivation is simply too weak to see. Senior, how do I cultivate with this map? Please show me the way. To master this ancient scroll, you must first become its one true soul-bound owner. A blood ritual seals the pact. From now on, this legendary power is mine. A sudden call changes everything. Tinha, we must journey to the great capital. Why the capital? Find out next time. Like and share for more epic chapters. Stay tuned for the invincible rise. Support us for more legendary manhwa recaps.